Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they could be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Everett Fitzhugh, the radio voice of the NHL Seattle Kraken, and you're listening to the home of the Youngstown Phantoms, Western Reserve Radio.
Over North Texas, and UVA has a early 3-0 lead over North Carolina in game in that one, 5.5. No score yet in Nebraska, Ohio State. But as we all know, plenty of games to hit on still to come today. And to help us break down games from a player prop standpoint, Eric Froton, NBC Sports, joins us here, a good friend of our friend, Thor Nystrom. You can follow him on Twitter at CF Froton, lead college football analyst for NBC Sports. Eric, appreciate you jumping in. I know you just got off the air with our guy Thor. So let's jump into some player props. And to be honest, it feels like a little bit of an untapped market in college football. Last night, I went to UNLV Boise State and played under Ashton Genty, because why wouldn't I? And it did come home. Maybe I should retire on that one, because playing under his props are not all that fun. But let's get to a couple games still to come. And Oregon, Illinois is an interesting one from a betting market, right? You're seeing the number out to like 22 public support, at least from just your casual bettors on Illinois. When you look at this game from a prop standpoint, Eric, what jumps out to you with Oregon, Illinois?
Sure. Well, there's Evan Stewart, wide receiver, Oregon. He transferred over, former 5-star from Texas A&M. And with Stewart, he started slow this year. You know, they didn't really break him out over the course of the non-conference slate. But if you look at the past few games, he has emerged, and he's really developed into that Troy Franklin deep threat to complement Tez Johnson that we sort of saw last year. And with that happening, he's only listed at 57.5 receiving yards, which is, you know, frankly, pretty low considering what we've seen him do. And in a competitive game against a top 25 opponent like Illinois, you're going to have to see Dylan Gabriel throwing. It's not going to be just a case where you can just break out Jordan James and run all over them. I think that makes it for a great spot for him to go over this 57.5 yard mark.
All right, so we're going to go over there on that one. We were talking a little bit off the air about Iowa and Cade McNamara, and you said, you know, it's always fun to look at some Cade McNamara props. Coming up later this afternoon, Iowa laying 15 against the Purple Cats of Northwestern. So from a prop standpoint, what stands out from Cade McNamara and the Hawkeyes today?
Well, he's listed on the parlay books at 147.5 passing yards, and that's just way more than we've seen him. Last week, 130. That seems to be pretty much his baseline here. But against Northwestern, I guess they're expecting Iowa to kind of ramp it up a little bit. Had a nice showing last week, obviously, against Michigan State. And I assume they're just thinking because Northwestern hasn't been particularly prolific scoring, and they put up 5 points last game, that there will be not quite the script that they're looking for. I don't agree. I think this is going to be more Caleb Johnson, 25 to 30 carries. They're going to ride him hard, put him away wet. And that doesn't really bode well for Cade McNamara's over because I do think Iowa probably should win this game. They're not going to be in a position to throw, so they're not going to throw. I like that under 147.5.
Eric Froton from NBC Sports joining us here in studio on the VSiN College Football Tailgate Show. Texas and Vanderbilt. I know a lot of folks are intrigued by Vandy here in that dog roll. 4-0 ATS are the Commodores against the spread. 3-1 straight up in those games. So you've got Texas off of a loss. I was just talking to our colleague Grace Remington. I'm staying off of this game, even though my heart is telling me to take the points with Vandy. From a prop standpoint, Texas and Vandy, what jumps out to you, Eric, about this one?
Yeah, well, with Texas, right?
Yep.
We saw the QB carousel that they had last week against Georgia or 2 weeks ago. Arch Manning gets some snaps, in comes Ewers for the second half. He finishes it out. But we saw a lot of unsettled situation there. With Quinn Ewers, opens up at 257.5 this week, ticks down at 249.5, maybe 242 in some spots. I just think it's a case where against Vandy, they play slow. You're not seeing them throw a lot, only about 25 pass attempts a game for Diego Pavia, their quarterback. With that sort of a script, with Clark Lee having shown against Alabama that they can go and do some really advanced scouting and tailor their game script for what works for them and what doesn't work for their opponent. I think
This afternoon on the Wolverine Sports Network, the Grove City College football team back home at Robert E. Thorne Field as the Wolverines take on Teal. It is the 40th Mercer County Cup game. Kickoff coming up at 1 p.m. But first, it's time once again for the Andrew DiDonato Show, brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Hi, everybody. Ryan Briggs here, joined by Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. Coach, as always, thank you for joining us.
Oh, always great to be with you.
The Wolverines back in action, back home this afternoon after a tough one last Saturday night at W&J. W&J pulling out a 27-19 victory over the Wolverines. And, Coach, certainly an outstanding small college football game, and came down, and maybe a bit of an oversimplification, but a couple of plays here, a couple of plays there. W&J getting 4 touchdowns, Grove City getting 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. That seemed to be, again, maybe an oversimplification, but the difference in a very tight game.
No, it is. We've talked, really everyone's talked leading up to this season and others of just how good the top half of this conference is. And have we seen that the last 2 weeks? 2 great football games in a row. One where we got to come out on, which is what we've done for the last 2 years, and one where we didn't. And you said it perfectly. It really does come down to a few plays. There's situations we've been in big moments where we have capitalized, and there were multiple last Saturday night where we just did not. We and a number of factors and reasons for it, but at the end of the day, they made the big plays that we typically have made in those big situations, and credit to them. They were the better team on that given night, and we're just excited to get back to work and get back to what's got us here in the first place.
The Wolverines jumped out to the 16-6 lead, but just seemed like that last part of the second quarter was very pivotal, having a short field goal to make it 16-6 instead of maybe 20-6. W&J then scoring twice in the last couple of minutes. Their 2 receivers, McCosker and Peduzzi, were They were advertised quite well. Maybe they even showed out a little bit more than that. But it seemed like that stretch there was it's certainly very significant.
Yeah, it was. First thing, they drive down and score, which teams have been not able to do really well, especially converting on some big conversion downs that they did on that drive. They scored. And then we got the ball back, and on first down did something we haven't done in a long time, and that's take a negative play and get behind the chains. We just haven't. We don't take sacks. We hadn't given up a sack going into the game. And in a very crucial situation, something that's rare for our offense is we got behind the chains. And it made that drive tough. And then special teams, we get a penalty. We get a nice kick, but yet a penalty gives them 15 yards on the plus side of the field. So you think of, and they drive and score again. So you think about all three phases, which have been so clutch and big moments. I really look for that stretch to go south, to be going from 16-6 to 20-16. It really took at the same time all three phases, not executing and doing the things that have gotten us here. And a great team will capitalize. The positive there is, we have done what we've needed to for 2 years, and it took all three to lose a lead like that. So we always say, confront the brutal facts. I just shared the brutal facts, retain faith. Our guys know we can certainly control how we can be better and how we have been and will be better in those situations as we progress.
And part of that, W&J had something to do with that too.
No, and they have. I mean, their quarterback is as good as we've played. I went up to him. We played one of the best in the country in the playoffs last year, and I said I'd compare you at that level, and that's no exaggeration. I think he is as special. He can run, but some of the passes he stood in the pocket and made were phenomenal. And those two receivers I'll say this, and they're Grove City type receiver. What I love as the offensive coordinator is we've had many like that. I mean, you think about big, athletic, can run great routes, go up and get it. I mean, just look at Gustafson, Drake, Frazier. I can keep going, but we've had many, and they got two of them out there. And I mean, not just to highlight three guys, but certainly those are three guys that were stood out, obvious to anyone watching that game. They were phenomenal. And then you got Dawson Dietz, who caused havoc to get us behind the chains, as good as a D lineman that we're going to face. So they're a great football team, and it's fun, and it's why the PAC is as good of a conference as it is right now.
In the third quarter, the Wolverines drove down. It ended up it's a 4-point game. You ended up really in a tough spot, 4th and about 7 at I think just inside the 10-yard line. You're in a spot where it's it's not, if it's 4th and 1, you say, let's go for it.
Correct.
Or 4th and 2. But on the other hand, you think, well, you're on the road getting points. Was that, you end up kicking the field goal, making it 20-19. Yep. Was it how easy or not easy of it was it a decision? Because, because again, it's kind of you're stuck. If you kicking the field goal is kind of a win for them, but you give them a point where another field goal gives you the lead. I'm sure that's, those are a lot of times people say when you go for this or that, or when to call a certain play, but those are the tough decisions there.
Correct. I know it's a great question, really great question. So kicking that field goal was easy for me. Now, it is not something, there are certain things I do predetermine ahead of time. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to defer and kick from the clock with the coin toss. That's just my belief. I love that. So there are very few things that I go in knowing in this moment I'm doing this. There's different philosophies to this. Others, just like when I call plays, it really is the flow of the game. What's my quarterback seeing? How's the line? How are we getting pushed? So there's so many factors. Seeing what's happening either in the trenches or the progression of our reads go into those factors. And at that 4th and 7, we needed points. We needed, 1-point game in the third quarter. And we had just missed an opportunity on a pass, and so many factors involved in how that was progressing. I felt confident there. Hey, let's get the points, 1-point game, a lot of football left for us to go win this. And in being outside of the 5-yard line with certain things, with play selection and where we were at in the moment, in the flow of the game, that was a pretty easy decision for me in that moment.
And you have a reliable kicker too.
Correct. Yeah.
Which that also plays into
correct.
it also.
It's to me, we got 3 points here. And to your point, that's been factors for me in the past when we've, for whatever reason, maybe it's protection, but struggling in something where I'm not kicking this. So just a great point there. So that's what I mean by so many factors go into, including that one. Why, all right, we need to make this a 1-point game.
The offensive line, because of injury, had to shuffle some guys. Luke Jolly went from right tackle to left tackle with Dalton Four out. Dylan Lane moved back out to tackle. Bobby Benton plugged in at right guard. How much time did you have during the week with that reconstituted line? I know that that people think that just plug and play. Well, no, the offensive line is kind of a 5-man unit working in concert together, along with the H-backs and so forth. Did you have a lot of prep time with that combination, or was it kind of maybe a little bit on the run?
And truly, how I answer this is we talked a lot about don't make excuses, don't complain, extreme ownership. It's confront the brutal facts, state the facts as they are, and take ownership with it. No, we did not have much time repping that, but that's something as a staff we've talked a lot about of, how do we project if Dalton 4 can't go? Where are we going to go? And because, no, we were not as effective up front as we typically are. And that's not their fault. I mean, it's guys playing. It's different when you're playing right tackle than left tackle. It's different. We had 3 different guys moving in different spots. And against a high-level opponent that is doing all the stunt, and that just means exchanging defensive linemen, so many different looks going on. It's not just knowing who to pick up. It's also the right footwork in the stunt to make sure your half placement's in the correct spot. There's so many factors involved. And it's a brutal reality. We had the numbers we wanted in the box. Typically, we dominate in those situations. And by dominate for us, it's grind out 4-5. We're getting into second and medium third. We did not do that as effectively as we could. It is a reality that guys being shuffled around most likely played a big contribution to that. And at this ownership-wise, it's exciting for our staff. That's why I love our staff of saying, okay, let's as we did on Monday. How do we better project that type of situation? Because no, it did have an impact on our run game.
And of course, the old you focus on your vision, not your
Correct.
circumstance.
It's beautiful.
The vision's to win in the line of scrimmage.
Correct. It's the beautiful thing of this game. It's you be a lifelong learner. I love at a Chuck Knowles story. I heard Cliff Stout at Youngstown State, and I know you love history.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he said he had a couple years in the league one time, and Chuck Noll, after he had a great preseason game, said, hey, Cliff, great game the other night. Cliff's like, I finally feel like I've arrived. And Chuck said, if you feel like you've arrived, get off my field. His point was, hey, I've won 4 Super Bowls. I'm still learning.
Yes.
Right? And I think that was the lesson there of, hey, this is a good opportunity for us to just work, different line combinations, looking at what we have in these next 4 each week. Just so exciting. Such a great opportunity, and just love how our staff is going to respond to that.
Of course, the Wolverines had won 16 straight regular season games, which was a school record, breaking the record that was set back 100 years ago in the mid-1920s. How's the bounce back been this week from the standpoint of over half the team has never had to go play a game the week after not winning? The sophomores last year, 10-0 season, and then starting out 5-0 this year. How's the bounce back been? How's the attitude, morale, etc.? Certainly, I'm sure disappointed, but has that lingered, or is it maybe fueling guys?
Yeah, it has been fueling guys. With every challenge comes an opportunity. It's the reality. And, we talk a lot about focus on your vision, not your circumstance. We talk a lot about play the infinite game, not the finite game, confront the brutal facts, retain faith. Well, not many guys have had to do that on the other side of it. It's easy to focus on the vision, not the circumstance when you win every game. I win 16 in a row, and your only loss is the end of the season. The season's over, right? Last year. Why I say it's such an opportunity. I tell you what, there is so much growth that our young men through and losses over our time, in this brick by brick era. And it's such a gift when you play athletics to get to learn from the wins and the losses. And this is the first time in 2 years on a Monday night meeting, I addressed the football team after a loss, preparing to play the next week. Actually, it wasn't since 2022 down at W&J.
Yeah.
So what an opportunity. And honestly, and that's what, I want people to understand. We always say content, but not complacent. I was excited on Monday to get to speak life into my guys after a loss, how to respond the right way, how to take ownership, how to listen to criticism. I always say, you lose a game, for example, you're a head coach, you're going to receive criticism, and you should receive that. You should, not that you do what everybody wants you to do, but you hold it to the vision and say, hey, this is something we can get better. Such cool lessons that you kind of don't get after all win.
Yeah.
So I was excited on Monday, and I think our guys were excited to learn from this and grow from this. And at the same time, that excitement doesn't mean we're complacent. We're going to do everything not to lose again. But I think content but not complacent. Our guys are really honing into these lessons. I tell you what, their attention, we had their ears Monday night, and it was special.
Really kind of in terms of handling and using it as a learning tool as opposed to accepting losing.
Correct. And that's the biggest thing. It's focus on your vision, on your circumstance. Once a game's over, you can't change it. You really can't. All you can do is use it for good. And I am convinced of that. It's a biblical verse. Everything works for the good. I am convinced once a situation's over, you can use it for good. And that's what we determined to do.
One thing that is good is the Mercer County Cup. Grove City and Teal will play for the Mercer County Cup this afternoon, the 40th Mercer County Cup game. When Coach and I come back, we'll talk about the Cup Series. Coach has coached in the Cup game, played in the Mercer County Cup Series against Teal. In fact, Coach's final game as a player at Grove City was in the Mercer County Cup up at Teal a handful of years ago. Coach and I will talk about that when we come back. This is the Andrew DiDonato Show on the Wolverine Sports Network, brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Microblades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Welcome back to the Andrew DiDonato Show here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Brian Briggs, joined by Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. As always, this week's show brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash in Grove City, North Broad Street in Grove City Borough. Coach, the Mercer County Cup. This is the 40th Cup game. The series with Teal dates back to 1892, but playing for the Mercer County Cup started in 1984. Former head coach Chris Smith introduced the traveling trophy. That was Grove City's first year in the PAC, and I know this is it's significant to both sides. We'll have the traditional courthouse picture with the captains towards the end of the week, and really just a great tradition, not only in the PAC but in Division III football.
Yeah, I mean, 40 years, just the history of this game. What we've talked about this in the past. I don't remember many specific plays and people from every game I played, but certain ones. The night game's a good example, and the Mercer County Cup's a good example. I mean, I remember. When I think of the Cup, I think right away to Bill Waugh, a great linebacker we had. Laid the most vicious hit I think I've ever seen on the field.
Yes.
I remember Steve Mercer catching more curl patterns in one game than I've ever seen done in football history. I remember, the overtime, Luke O'Hara, big catch, and then Mark Russell batting it down after Teal had missed a kick right at the end of the game to maybe win the game. And Vance Kiersey, big interception to set that comeback up. I mean, I don't remember that from every game we've played, but when you play for something special, you're playing for a cup, you're playing for something that's going to be remembered, that's going to be pictures hanging up on my wall in my office, you remember it. And that's what, and every time I look at the cup, I do this every year. I sit and I reflect. I look at specific scores and reflect. I remember being there watching my brother when the big blocked punt Grove City had and returned it.
G9 Newsy 03, yes.
Yeah, but I think about that when I see that 03 score. That's what's so special. I mean, it's history, but it's one of those few. Not every team you play do you have a history where every year and score is right there in the office that you can look at. That's why we got to keep the cup here because I like looking at it. That's what makes this thing so special.
As you mentioned those games. How games just stand out. You mentioned the 03 game, which is hard to believe it's been 21 years when it was such a strange game. It was the second blocked kick Grove City had. They blocked an extra point early, and Daryl Moore, the teal holder, picked it up and ran in for a 2-point conversion. And just sometimes you just get those games. Or you mentioned the Bill Waugh hit in 07, and that was the game where Teal kicked off twice.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Which and of course I call games on Friday nights, high school games, and you sometimes work with Mark Means, and always saying they have the option at the start of the second half, and 999 times out of 1,000, the team with the option is taking the ball, but occasionally the team doesn't. And but that one, and your junior year 08 and that monsoon, and holding on, winning there. There's still pictures in the press box of President Dick Jewell at the time handing the cup. I know Mike Baker. I can't remember all the pictures. Everybody's just drenched, but everybody big smiles and stuff. And
it's amazing.
It is. And the one change this year, it's not the regular season finale. Rivalry week, which started in 08 and ended last year.
You would know this. I'll ask you right on air. Someone asked me, how long has it been since we haven't played the last game of the year?
2007.
2007. I said, when I played, we didn't play them last game every single year.
Yeah.
So I knew you would know the exact year.
Yes. The rivalry week started in 08, then with the league going to 11 teams. Of course, otherwise, then somebody would have been having the open date last every year. So now the Teal Grove City game is in late October. Of course, for many years, it was the other team's homecoming seemingly every year, late September, early October. And now here in 2024, it is the final game of October. The Mercer County Cup will be given to the team that wins. When Coach and I come back, we'll talk about today's opponent, the Teal Tomcats. The Tomcats, an improving program under head coach Sam Bauman. Big win a couple weeks ago over Allegheny. We'll talk about the Tomcats when we come back. But first, here's Joe Derko with this week's PAC Football Report.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for October 26, 2024. I'm Joe Underko. This week we will take a quick look back at last Saturday's gridiron action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 8 football games this coming weekend. After 7 weeks, Case Western Reserve sits alone atop the PAC at 6-0, following a 52-7 home win over Teal. The Spartans now face all 4 league heavyweights sitting 1 game behind with 1 loss each to close the season. The headline game saw W&J upset number 7 ranked Grove City 27-19, breaking the Wolverines' 16-game regular season win streak. Westminster kept pace, improving to 5-1 with a 56-0 homecoming shutout of St. Vincent. In other action, Geneva improved to 3-4 by beating visiting Allegheny 30-13, and Waynesburg topped winless Bethany 34-14. Carnegie Mellon had the Week 7 bye. PAC Player of the Week honors for Week 7 went to W&J junior wideout Jacob McCosco on offense, with a career-high 13 catches for 160 yards and 2 TDs versus Grove City. Sophomore DB Quillick Wooten of Waynesburg on defense for posting 4 tackles, an interception, a forced fumble, and a blocked field goal versus Bethany. And sophomore running back Elijah Grayer of Westminster on special teams with a blocked punt and 3 coverage tackles. Newcomer of the week was Geneva freshman defensive back Cody Patterson, with 8 tackles and a fumble recovery versus Allegheny. Week 8 features another huge battle between league contenders, as 6-0 Case Western Reserve travels to New Wilmington to face 5-1 Westminster under the Harold Burry Stadium lights at 7 p.m. The Spartans handed the Titans a 31-6 defeat in Cleveland a year ago, but Westminster won the last matchup at Burry Stadium with a 14-13 final in 2022. Titan head coach Scott Benzel previews the big matchup.
Yeah, Case is always well coached. Greg does a tremendous job. They're very senior oriented. They've got a lot of experience on both sides of the ball. We're still very young, particularly defensively. It's going to take an approach of we've got to play great complementary sort of ball.
1-6 Allegheny will look to end a 6-game skid when the Gators host 2-4 Waynesburg at Frank Fuhrer Field in Meadville at 5 p.m. Allegheny has won all 6 all-time meetings against the Yellow Jackets. The two teams played one of the most thrilling games of the 2023 season in the PAC, with the Gators prevailing 39-36 in overtime in Waynesburg. Allegheny head coach Braden Laird notes what his team will need to do to continue their recent success against the Yellow Jackets.
As much as we can stay on the field offensively, that will really help us. If I think, have taken a big step up offensively in their ability to run the football. And it's always been their MO and what they want to do. But their effectiveness of doing it this year, I think, is substantially better.
The path forward doesn't get any easier for 1-6 St. Vincent, as the Bearcats host 5-1 Carnegie Mellon at Chuck Knoll Field in Latrobe at 1 p.m. CMU leads the all-time series, which dates back to 1926, 12-5-1, including a 38-0 blanking of the Bearcats in Pittsburgh a year ago. St. Vincent head coach Aaron Smetanka talks about keeping his program positive and focused during an injury-riddled campaign.
Yeah, you talk about the positive. I mean, that's part of our core values, is that positive attitude, no matter what situation is thrown at us. We've had a very different situation this year that I've ever been a part of playing or coaching. The amount of injuries that we've had here is unspeakable. I'm being honest. It's some of the depth that it's some of our positions. We're playing third, fourth, and in some positions, fifth string guys, which I've never seen from. But our guys have done a great job of just being positive in the moments.
In other Week 8 PAC games, the annual Mercer County Cup game between 5-1 Grove City and 1-5 Teal takes place at Thorne Field in Grove City at 1 p.m. GCC leads the Cup Series 27-12 since 1984 and has won the last 6 meetings, including a 31-0 shutout in Greenville last season. Finally, 6-1 Washington and Jefferson hosts 0-6 Bethany at Cameron Stadium in Washington at 1 p.m. It's the 100th all-time meeting between the local rivals in a series dominated by W&J 78-21, including a 42-7 President win last year. Geneva has the Week 8 bye. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underco. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
From Robert E. Thorne Field on the campus of Grove City College, it is Grove City College football this afternoon. It is the 110th meeting all-time in the 40th playing of the Mercer County Cup between the Teal Tomcats and the Grove City College Wolverines. Chris, the Wolverines look to bounce back after a tough evening last week in Washington, PA.
Yeah, it's an interesting and
ladies and gentlemen, your Grove City Wolverines!
Coach Smith introduced the Mercer County Cup 40 years ago and has been a successful one for the Wolverines, winning 27 of the first 39 meetings. The Wolverines have won the last 6 matchups. And here's your number for this afternoon. In the last 5 meetings, the Tomcats have scored a total of 21 points.
City, so it was certainly the opportunity for this team to get some wins late in the season and kind of have a great tone going into next year.
And it is a different feeling to today, not being week 11 playing the Tomcats like it's been for so long.
Yeah, we heard Coach Diodato and Ryan having the conversation. The last time was 2007. As this game was not sort of automatically the last game of the year until they went to that rivalry week format in 2008. But now this year, the past 2 years with that bye, the week off situation, which is up for each team. It doesn't work out that everybody gets to play the Royalties rivalry last game of the year. So here it is. Game 7 for the Wolverines.
Number 5, Daniel Sullivan will kick off for Grove City.
Daniel Sullivan set to kick things off for the Wolverines here this afternoon. The Tomcats, who come in at 1-5 with their win over Allegheny a couple weeks ago. And we are ready to begin on a picturesque fall afternoon on the campus of Grove City College.
Yeah, today is certainly one of the reasons that they call it fall, right?
Marquise Carver deep for Teal.
It's like a blizzard of multicolored leaves blowing around, so you couldn't ask for any more perfect day. It's been a great fall, obviously. Here we are, the last Saturday in October. It's right around 60 degrees and sunny, so it's kind of been typical here. This fall.
This PAC crew will be officiated by the referee, Kenny Johnson, here this afternoon as Sullivan has the football teed up at the 40-yard line. And we are just about ready to get this one underway, but Mother Nature says let's not start so soon as the ball came off the tee and Sullivan will have to reset it. So we'll have Sullivan reset the football, and we are ready to go this afternoon. End over end kick. Sullivan has the ball fielded inside the 5. Bouncing outside across the 10 to the 15. Tried to cut back before being knocked down right there near the 10-yard line. And it'll be the long field for the Tomcats to work.
Severe weight on the return. Brought down by 44, Seth Rosenberry. Return of 10 yards. Field takes over first down and 10 at the 13.
So we can set to have our first snap of the football. Daniel Rennie is the senior quarterback out of Cape Coral, Florida. He will throw it on first down, and that pass is intercepted by Bowden Davidson, his 4th, and Davidson brings that pass back for a pick 6 for the Wolverines. Bowden Davidson jumped in front of that throw for his 4th interception of the year and ran that back into the end zone for a Grove City touchdown.
There's a 21-yard run back. Touchdown, Grove
So 21 yards on the return by Bowden Davidson. And Grove City takes the early 6-0 lead with Sullivan on to attempt the extra point for Grove City. So Daniel Sullivan will attempt the extra point. And for Sullivan on the year, well, he is 26 of 29 on attempts. Snap down kick on the way, and the extra point is up and good. And just like that, the Wolverines take the early 7-0 lead.
Yeah, how about that? He was able to just sort of jump the route there, ball a little bit overthrown. And he was able to get up, go get it, and get in there for a Grove City touchdown on the very first play of the game. So a defensive touchdown on the first play of the game. This is not the first game this week that I have been to that happened.
So Grove City takes the early 7-0 lead, and they will now kick the football back to the Tomcats with a touchdown on the board here early and not having an offensive possession. Bowden Davidson having quite the year when you look inside Bowden's numbers. Again, that his 4th pick for the junior out of Scottsdale, Arizona, and the 5th defensive touchdown for the Wolverines on the season.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, again, just a great job. Ball a little bit overthrown. Davidson at the right place at the right time. And then just nothing but a red convoy ahead of him.
That kick is going to hit in the end zone, and that is going to go out of bounds for a touchback. And the Tomcats will have the football for their second possession for the senior quarterback, Daniel Rennie. That was his 6th interception thrown on the season to go along with 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, just obviously not the start that Teal wanted, as they can't come in here knowing that they have to play almost mistake-free to have a chance in the very first play of the game, a pick 6.
So Rennie, the senior quarterback out of Cape Coral, Florida, brings the troops out. They have 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left, single back into the backfield. He'll take the snap play action, swings the pass out into the flat. Receiver makes the catch of the football, and he'll spin down across the 30 and down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, it's certainly a good little timing play there. Get a little bit of confidence for this offense. So, nice little 7-yard pickup and first down for Teal, trying to bounce back after that pick six on their first play from scrimmage.
So they gained 7. It is second down and just about 3 to go. Just underway here in the opening quarter. Tomcats working from right to left. Rennie takes the snap. He will hand it off on second down, and they will bounce this to the outside across the 40, 45, and down near midfield. That's Dion Logan, the senior from North Chesterfield, Virginia. Their leading rusher with just under 300 yards.
Yeah, I mean, and that was almost exactly what Coach DiDonato talked about in the pregame show, is their ability to get those big offensive linemen out there. And that time, Logan, all kinds of running room. So back-to-back big plays for this Teal offense.
But they are going to get them for a holding infraction that is going to wipe out this big run by the Tomcats. Again, Dion Logan is the senior featured tailback at 5'10", 185 pounds. This will set up a second down and 5 now for the Tomcats.
Okay, so they did gain a few yards before that hold, obviously. So still certainly a manageable second down play here for the Tomcat offense.
Second and 5 just underway. Tomcats trying to get a man off the field. And
penalty, second down.
They're going to get called for the illegal substitution. So back-to-back infractions on the Tomcats will back them up now into a second down and 10.
I mean, again, not to be too philosophical here, but it's very much like a rebuild, right? You gain 7, then you gain 10 more, and then you're back 5, and then you back 5 more. So 2 steps forward, 2 steps backward.
So this will set up a second down and 10. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left side. Rennie out of the pistol with the running back next to him. 3-step drop, fires outside. That ball is batted away and incomplete. Jason Minch on the coverage knocked the pass away from his intended target. It'll bring up a third down and 10.
Yeah, Minch just able to kind of reach right around the shoulder pad and kind of get his finger in there and knock it loose, and then almost was able to tip it up and go get it.
So third down and 10 for the Tomcats. 13:07 to play here in the opening quarter. 55-degree afternoon. A beautiful day for football. Tomcats split 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Rennie got to work out of the pistol, and Ben Blade will try to anticipate the snap count, and he was in the backfield before the football was snapped.
Yeah, he's often in the backfield, right as the ball is being snapped. At that time, he was literally in before it was snapped, so yeah.
So this 3rd and 10 will become 3rd and 5, and we've already seen 3 penalties called, giving and taking on this drive.
Yeah, 3 5-yarders. So back 5 more, up 5 for the Tomcat offense. 2 penalties on Teal, 1 on Grove City. So sets up a third down play here.
Again, 2 receivers split to the right, stacked 2 to the left side. Single running back in the backfield with Daniel Rennie. Back to throw, trying to avoid the pressure. He's going to be pulled down from behind by Ben Bladel. And this is going to bring up 4th down and 9 for the Tomcats.
Yeah, you got to block that guy. And Teal lost track of him that time, and had absolutely no chance for Daniel Rennie to make anything happen there as Bladel was in hot pursuit and brings him down.
So this will bring out a punting situation for the Tomcats. Jordan Pratt averaging about 31 yards per kick. He will get set to punt the football away. Single returner for the Wolverines back at his 36-yard line. Pratt's kick is going to be short. Bowden Davidson's going to let this ball roll, and it's going to roll all the way inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Punter is down in the backfield for the Tomcats, and a flag back at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like a few Grove City guys were in there a little too early. Caleb Brubaker actually ran into his knee, after the punt, where the contact was made was
play. Running into the kicker.
Hyperextended knee.
Illegal formation, 5 players in the backfield. Those penalties will both offset. Replay 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to replay the 4th down, but certainly Teal is going to have to go into their depth to find somebody else to punt this.
Yeah, Pratt still down on the field, back at about the 11-yard line as he drew some contact, and we've seen that over the last couple of weeks where we've seen kickers being run into, and they will it looks like Pratt, unfortunately, is going to be able to be helped up and to the sidelines, and we will see if he is able to return.
Yeah, what happened was, it wasn't that particularly hard of a hit, but it was just he kind of rolled into his hyperextended knee, the not the one he kicks with, but the one he lands on, and hopefully he's okay, because that could have been bad.
And that's always that dangerous situation. All your weight is on that one leg and one knee. Then if you take contact on top of it.
Right, it's going the wrong way. Knees go forward, not backward.
And when they go backward, things do not feel good. And I can speak from firsthand experience.
Yeah.
So they will punt the football again.
Yeah.
So the Tomcats set to punt. That's Jalen Benjamin, a junior wide receiver, now in there to punt the ball away. Bowden Davidson back at his 40-yard line. Low snap, picks it up, gets away. A end-over-end kick. Davidson runs up on it. Fair catches it right near midfield. And so we're at the 12-10 mark of this first quarter, Chris, and the Wolverine offense onto the field for the first time.
Yeah, Jalen Benjamin, obviously the backup punter there. Not somebody that gets a lot of rep. Grove City came hard. He hung in there, and Grove City going to have good starting field position, but that could have been disastrous for Teal. So give Benjamin credit. But the Tomcats already up 7-0 on the defensive touchdown. A pick six will set up shop with their first offensive possession of the game.
And Logan Pfeiffer, the 3-year starter, senior quarterback, 1,197 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He also has a pair of rushing touchdowns. And we are going to have a immediate timeout here with the 12-10 mark to go in this opening quarter. And Wolverine defense has spent some time on the field, but it has been successful here early.
Yeah, I'd say. Right, yeah, almost the entirety of the 2 minutes and 50 seconds that have gone by has either been special teams or defense for Grove City. But, you're right. They've had some success. Let's see what the offense can come up with here.
We will step aside for a quick break and come back on the Wolverine Sports Network. All right, right back here at Robert E. Thorne Field as we come off the immediate timeout. Grove City at midfield. We mentioned the numbers for Logan Pfeiffer. Chris, how about Nico Vladi? 648 yards, 7 touchdowns, averaging over 100 yards per game.
Yeah, he's obviously he's been awesome, and he's putting certainly a great finishing touch here in his senior season on one of the great all-time careers.
Vladi gets the football on first down, and Nico gets out to about the 46-yard line before being pushed back and averaging, right around 5 yards a carry this year. And it has been the backbone of this team under Coach DiDonato to establish the run game.
Yeah, again, when your top running back is averaging 5 yards a carry, that just allows you to do so much offensively. And Vladi has done that for this offense now for 3 years. So
Two receivers to the left, one to the right side. Logan Piper to throw it on play action. All kinds of time. Looking for Frazier wide open behind the defense, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a Grove City touchdown of about 46 yards. Logan Piper to Scott Frazier. Piper's 12th touchdown pass of the season, and for Scott Frazier, that will be his 8th touchdown reception on the year.
Yeah, Frazier just one-on-one coverage against Justin Logan out there. Logan maybe thought the safety was going to come across because he actually squared up to the line of scrimmage. Frazier got by him, and a perfect pass thrown by Logan Piper. Wolverines back on the board.
Sullivan on for the extra point. High snap. They get it down, and the extra point is up and true. And the Wolverines now with a 14-0 lead at the 11:25 mark of this opening quarter. And you like what you see there in 2 cents. Frazier got 4 yards behind the defensive back, but that was thrown right on the number 3 by Logan Piper.
Right. I mean, and again, that's what you don't see there is you don't see the hundreds and hundreds of reps that those two guys have put together, right? Practicing that. They can practically read each other's minds, and Piper putting the ball right on the money to Frazier, and Wolverines right back on the board. So a 14-0 Wolverine lead with just under 11 and a half minutes to go in this first quarter. So Teal, coming in here kind of hoping to get off to a good start. Obviously a disaster. Remember the game we did last year at Teal? Teal got off to a pretty good start, and kind of it felt like they were hanging in there. That certainly has not been the case here so far to start this game.
Sullivan's kick fielded on the run across the 10. Try and bounce outside to the 15 to the 20-yard line, and that is where the Tomcats will start first down and 10. All I remember from that game last year is handing Coach DiDonato the Mercer County Cup afterwards.
Yeah, it was great. It's great getting.
I mean, that was one of those where, you completed the undefeated regular season. You knew you were going to the playoffs.
Yes.
That was a fun night to be part of.
That was fun. That was a fun day to be part of, yeah. And that was actually, a couple weeks later than this one, and that was a kind of a beautiful fall day, too. And, it was great.
That was great. Week 11 still.
Yeah, week 11. That was great to see you get to do that. And
so first and 10 for the Tomcats. The two backs with the quarterback in the backfield, and he's going to keep it, try to run this off tackle and out to about the 26-yard line. That was the running back who lined up in the backfield. That's right. Tanner Rennie, senior also from Cape Coral, Florida. 58 yards, second on the team in rushing.
Yeah, I mean, that was a direct snap to him. And, Daniel and Tanner Rennie, both from Cape Coral, Florida. Seniors 5'9", 160. So, yeah, I mean, it's look, he's...
Gain of 4, second down and 6 for the Tomcats. Daniel Rennie now back in there at the quarterback spot, running backs to his right and left, and going to have movement up front on the Tomcats. This will be a false start penalty, and they'll back them up and bring up second down and 11.
Yeah, it was actually still Tanner, Mark, in there. Yeah, as you see, obviously the only difference with those two that you can see is the number, but 20 was still in there.
So second down and 11 for the Tomcats. If you're just tuning in, boy, you've missed a lot of action here early. The Wolverines say Bowden Davis an interception return for a touchdown on the opening snap of this afternoon's game. Second down and long. You're going to run the football across the 25-30 and then banged out of bounds into the Wolverine bench is Tanner Rennie taking that direct snap and using the two blockers to kind of lead the way.
Yeah, really good misdirection, too. As you can see, that play fake that he gave certainly made the Grove City linebackers bite to the right, and then he was able to pick up some good chunk of yardage running behind those two backs, like you said. So now they're both in there, Mark. Both Rennies are in there now.
Yeah, to Daniel and Tanner Rennie. Daniel at the quarterback spot, drops to throw. Tries to set up the screen to his brother, Tanner Rennie. And that screen's going to get them about 4 yards before being knocked down. It's second down and a long 6.
Yeah, he tried to set up the screen, but he just didn't have much time to set it up. So, yeah, just kind of went safe there. Shuffled it out to Tanner Rennie. Picked up a couple of yards.
So second down and 6 for the Tomcats. They'll go trips to the right. Wing to the left side. Rennie takes the snap, fakes it to the handoff. He's going to keep it and slide near the first down marker. That slide started before the first down, but there's also a flag down on the field.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 8. 15 yards added to the end of the play. First down.
So they'll get Jack Jolly, Chris, on the penalty for making contact with Rennie when he was in his slide.
Yeah, Rennie went into his slide, and that's a tough one. I mean, you understand certainly why they call that. That's almost kind of like one of those automatic calls. But, I don't know what exactly Jolly could have done there other than, try to land to either side of them.
So first and 10 for the Tomcats at the Grove City 42-yard line. Going to put single receivers to each side of the formation. Daniel Rennie is the quarterback. He will hand the ball off on first down, and there's no running room there. Looks like that was Caleb Brubaker in on the stop.
Yeah, Brubaker just laying a hit that changed the direction that Tanner Rennie was going in. He had a full head of steam going forward after the Brubaker hit. He was going full speed backwards.
Chris Slavin lost his helmet, the 6'3" senior out of Chartiers Valley. He'll have to come out for one play. So it is second down and 10 for the Tomcats. Going to set up with receivers to each side of the formation and a wing to the right side. Single back in the backfield with Daniel Rennie, who went to the outside, completed the pass for a 1-yard gain, and Shea Aiken drove the receiver to the turf after that short gain.
Yeah, just a quick pass out. The whole success of that play is predicated on the receiver being able to sort of break that tackle or elude that tackle. Shea Aiken was having none of that, as Aiken came up and just absolutely lowered the boom.
Third down and 9 for the Tomcats. Going to have twin receivers to each side, close to the formation. Single back in the backfield with Daniel Rennie, the quarterback. Rennie takes the snap, 2-step drop, stands in the pocket, pressured by Ben Bladel. Got away for a moment, broke away, and then it was dropped into the backfield a couple of yards deeper by Bryce Spolnick.
Yeah, they tried to block Bladel with Cortez, the massive 6'3", 320-pound freshman left tackle. And Bladel just made one little inside-out move and was able to evade all of him and get right at the quarterback, Rennie, and just nowhere for him to go. He did get out of Bladel's grasp, but Bryce Spolnick right there to bring him down.
For Spolnick, now give him 5.5 sacks on the season. Snap back and the kick to Bowden Davidson. He's going to back away from it. And this will take a Tomcat roll inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And you can tell the wind kind of playing tricks with the football in the air.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, the wind has obviously been crazy today. So
6:28 to play here in the first quarter. And we're going to try and step aside for a timeout and be back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control.
Yikes!
So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
And we welcome you back to Robert E. Thorne Field here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Mark Means, Chris Birch with you on this perfect fall afternoon. A 14-0 lead for Grove City over the Teal Tomcats in the 40th playing of the Mercer County Cup. And Chris, the Wolverine offense back out onto the field.
Yeah, Wolverine offense back out onto the field. Able to get the defensive score on the Tomcats' first offensive play. And then when the Grove City offense came on, they were able to score on a Pfeiffer to Frazier 46-yard touchdown pass. So, yeah, they will take over here with 6:28 to go in this first quarter on a game afternoon, basically, where everything's been easy so far for the Wolverines.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. From that 19-yard line, Logan Pfeiffer, the quarterback. He'll have receivers right and left and a single running back behind him. That'll be Nico Flotty who gets the handoff. Nice hole right up the middle for Flotty to run through across the 30 and pushing the pile all the way out near the 37-yard line. And I've got to learn not to anticipate where the runner's going to be down when Flotty's got the football.
Yeah, I mean, when he has the football, he just keeps on going. And that's why, I mean, I always say that, like the Grove City fans sometimes get mad and they want a late hit on him. You have to do that with him to get him down.
5'10", 200-pound, a senior. We've seen his strength grow in his 4 years in this program.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives it to Flotty again. Nice hole up the middle across the 40. And down near the 46-yard line. And this offensive line, Chris, those guys up front opening up some big holes.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, what we're seeing is, the linebackers or safeties or cornerbacks have been the ones that have given the initial contact to Flotty on these last couple of plays. And that's not good.
Gain of 9 brings up a 2nd down and a 1. Both fullbacks we've seen throughout the afternoon. Tamburino in there now. Flotty going to get the handoff, going to run right up the gap, up the middle. And get across the 50 down to about the 47-yard line. That'll move the chains. And a nice job up front by Brady Brungard. Kind of just followed Brungard right into the gap.
Yeah, he followed Brungard, and then there was a pretty good kick-out block by Dylan Lane. So, yeah, just the offensive line. Again, we don't notice so much because they're just doing their job.
1st and 10, Grove City from the Tomcat 47-yard line. 4.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Ian DeMary now in the backfield at the running back spot. He'll get the handoff across the 45 and down to about the 44-yard line. Good job by Pfeiffer to pull down that high snap, Chris, and keep the play in rhythm.
Yeah, he does that a lot, and we barely notice it. I mean, if he does that 5 times, we only notice maybe 1 or 2 of them because he's so good at it, we hardly notice. No loss at all in the timing of that play because of Pfeiffer's athleticism.
Now we've got whistles and a procedure penalty on the Wolverines.
False start. Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty.
Frazier out on the far side of the field.
3rd penalty on the Wolverines. 3 also on the Tomcats here in this first quarter.
Frazier got to look at the sideline. Yeah, I know. It was me.
Got to go trips to the left. Single receiver Sullivan to the right side. So it's Frazier, Heckathorn, and Lenhart to the left with Sullivan singled up to the right side. Flotty now back in the tailback spot. Logan Pfeiffer takes the snap, looks to throw, fires middle. That's Lenhart who makes the catch at the 45, and he's going to get just across the 45 to the 44-yard line. And for Ryan Lenhart, let's check the numbers for him. That'll be his 3rd catch of the season.
Yeah, 6'4", 250-pounder. He's obviously a wide receiver, but at 6'4", 250, he's a lot more like a prototype NFL tight end, and catching it in the middle there, taking a pounding, but able to hang on.
Again, trips to the left, single receiver right side. Pfeiffer again goes middle. Lenhart again with the catch, and he'll bully his way across the 35 and down near the 33-yard line. And Lenhart, he's doing a nice job, running that route, coming back to his quarterback, and then box it up.
Yeah.
Timeout, injured player, defense.
Got a Tomcat player down on the field that will hold up play. That looks like Matt Jordan, a sophomore from Newcastle at Kennedy Catholic High School, down on the field.
Yeah, you hate seeing that, but can't tell quite what it is. It's maybe a little. It's not cold out, but it's probably not warm enough for cramps to be a big problem. It kind of looks like that's what they're looking at with him.
Well, we have a moment, get a chance to look at scores around the conference. 3 games currently being played. Carnegie Mellon and St. Vincent, they are tied at 7 as they go to the second quarter.
That'll get everybody's attention. Wow.
The player for the Tomcats off to the sidelines. W&J with a 21-0 lead over Bethany as they start the second quarter in that game. And a couple other games getting underway a little later on today.
Yeah, very, very interesting. St. Vincent giving Carnegie Mellon all they can handle there to start that second quarter. Wow.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the 34-yard line of the Tomcats. 2:24 clock rolling here in the opening quarter. Frazier, single receiver out to the outside. They bring a receiver to the left side, close to the line of scrimmage. Give the ball to Nico Flotti, trying to get to the edge, avoided a couple of tacklers, and then just lowered the shoulders and tried to get a couple of yards. But, Chris, we've got a flag down on the field as well.
Yeah, Morningstar, the big defensive tackle, getting out wide there to push Flatty out of bounds.
Holding offense number 61.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty, first down.
They're going to get Dylan Lane over here on this side.
6'2", 285-pound senior from Pendergrass, Georgia, Pine Creek High School.
It's a 10-yard penalty. Now 1st and 20 at the 43.
So back come up 10, mix of first down and 20 as we go under 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, this has been a game. Obviously, both coaches probably not real happy with the penalties that both of their teams are committing, at least the timing of them.
Tamburino in motion, settles in the backfield. Linebackers creeping up. They give the ball to Nico Flotti. And Nico gets to about the 35-yard line. Going to be second down and just about 12 yards to go. 90 seconds to play in this first quarter.
Big 8-yard pickup there, but
and that really does change, Chris, the potential next play call.
Right. Yeah.
Well, instead of 20 yards, it's only 12, and it changes what you're going to do.
Yeah, you try to pick up two chunks of 6 here, right?
So second down and 12. 2 receivers go to the left and 2 to the right side. Pfeiffer to throw, fires downfield. Frazier makes the catch across the 30 and down to the 29-yard line, and this will set up a third down and short.
There it is, right? Yeah, pick up that first chunk. Now it's third and very manageable. So a gain of 7. So yeah, third down and 5 it's going to be. So
quarter clock now under 35 seconds. Wolverine single receiver out to the left side. And it'll be trips to the right. Nico Flotti now moving to the left of Logan Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer takes the snap, looks to throw, fires downfield. Receiver made the catch at the 25-yard line before being driven back. And that's Lenhart with his third catch on this drive. It's going to set up a fourth down and just about 2 to go.
Yeah, 4th and 2. It kind of appears as if the offense is going to stay on the field. As the quarter is going to come to an end.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. And after 1, it is Grove City 14 and the Teal Tomcats 0 on what has been a action-packed first quarter for the Wolverines here to get things underway this afternoon. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Go!
Back here at Robert E. Thorne Field as we're having the mascot race between Barney and the Wolverine. And I didn't know Barney cheated like that, Chris.
Yeah, all the stuff that he usually teaches. Yeah, he's getting, looks like he's getting hauled off by the old Grove City College security, too. So he paid the price.
So Willie gets the win here this afternoon, and Wolverines trying to match that with the win on the field against the Tomcats, and a good first quarter.
Yeah, a really good first quarter. You take away the pick six on the first play of the game on the overthrown pass, it's 7-0 Grove City, right? I mean, other than that, so we heard Coach DiDonato talk about how this team has some weapons, how they can do some things, how much they've improved, and it's 14-0 as we would expect, but at the same time, that was a really good first quarter by the Tomcats. Other than obviously the giving up the defensive score.
4th and 2. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Ian Demary. Cut to the right, now hard back to the inside, and he'll easily have the first down, plus about 1.5 yards, and the Wolverines move the chains.
Yeah, no doubt. Great push over there on the Bobby Benton. Good push. The sophomore backup left guard getting a great little push, and
Wolverines.
As I say, Anthony Brunette, good block as well.
2 receivers to each side of the formation. Flotty remains the tailback on 1st and 10 from the 22. Give the ball to Nico Flotty right up the middle. Try to spin forward for a couple of extra yards and was pulled down by the cleats after a good first down gain.
Yeah, good first down gain. Good push by the offensive line. Yeah, Grove City putting together. This is going to be kind of one of those very typical, nice, time-consuming drives here for Grove City.
Gain of 5, sets up 2nd and 5. Flotty's going to get it again. This time they had a linebacker in the hole that stopped him from bouncing it to the outside. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. And, Flotty averaging just 8.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, this drive up over a 7-minute drive, Mark, as it started with at 6:28 to go in the first quarter. So they killed the last 6.5 minutes of the first quarter, and are now working on killing time here in the second quarter with it.
2 receivers each side of the formation. Pfeiffer takes the snap. He'll look to throw. Fires for Frazier, and that pass will skid to the turf and incomplete. And bring up a 4th down and 2. And it looks like this will bring on Sullivan to attempt the field goal for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's Robert Dixie, the outside linebacker, getting up there and knocking it away. So yeah, get to bring
Daniel Sullivan, 6 of 7 on field goals on the year. Actually, they're going to keep the offense out there. Looked like they were going to bring the special teams unit up for a minute, but now they'll keep the offense out on 4th and 2. Ian Demary is the tailback. Demary gets the handoff, going to run right into the pile, and Demary's going to have the first down to the 10-yard line. And Chris, the Wolverines 2 of 2 on 4th down.
Yeah, 2 of 2 on 4th down, and both of those conversions have been all about the big offensive line of the Grove City Wolverines, just smashing forward, and Demary able to grind out the couple of yards that were necessary.
So first and goal, Grove City from the Tomcat 10-yard line. Nico Flotty in the backfield. It's going to be Frazier split out wide to the left side. Like Heckathorn to the right side. Pfeiffer to throw, looking for Frazier. The corner was all over him and knocked him down at the goal line, and that's going to be a pass interference penalty on this Tomcat defense. Is try to wrap Frazier up at the goal line.
Interference, defense, number 0. Ball be placed the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Logan, remember, got burned on the 46-yarder on Grove City's first possession of the day. And he just wasn't going to let that happen again as Frazier got by him and he just tackled him because he knew Pfeiffer was going to go to him.
So they'll move the ball to the 5-yard line, half the distance. 12:34 to play in this opening quarter. 14-0 lead for Grove City. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Nico Flotty, 2 yards deep behind Logan Pfeiffer. Single receivers to each side of the formation. We're going to give it to Nico Flotty running right up the middle, and Nico Flotty spins into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown run for Nico Flotty, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, Flotty just following Dylan Lane right off a right guard, able to get in there, and Flotty finds the end zone again. Grove City taking that 20-0 lead.
So on to snap, it's Derek Lambert. Barabay will hold Sullivan to attempt the extra point. Lambert's snap is good. Barabay's hold is good, and Sullivan's extra point is deep onto and over the track and up and good. And Grove City now taking a 21-0 lead over the Teal Tomcats with 12:29 to play here in the first half. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Hey, is that a faucet running? Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. It is? Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact...
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yep. But the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Sullivan's kickoff brought back near the 25-yard line by the Tomcats. And that is where they will begin this possession with Grove City on top of Teal here early, 21-0.
I'm not sure what happened there. Well, Wyatt Mashburn, obviously the backup freshman linebacker, kind of drifted back in between the two return men and caught it. I'm not sure that was his job, but he was able to catch it and pick up a couple of yards for Teal there.
So Tomcats will have it first and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side, single back in the backfield with quarterback Daniel Rennie. And he's going to hand it off on first down to Dion Logan, the senior. And Logan's going to gain about 2 yards and bring up second down and 8.
Yeah, it's been you can definitely see at various times that the Teal offensive line is one of the strengths of their team, as we heard in the pregame. But still, been very tough for them to really, truly get anything going. Great job by the secondary of Grove City College.
2 backs in the backfield. Now they'll send 1 in motion. They will run it on second down and 8 with Dion Logan. And Logan going to get across the 30 to the 31-yard line. This will set up a second down and a long 4 coming up for the Tomcats.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had some success, Mark, off of those kind of off-tackle plays with Logan and Tanner Rennie. and even the quarterback, Daniel Rennie.
Again, 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Daniel Rennie, on this 3rd down and 5 for the Tomcats. Going to put one of those backs in motion. And Rennie's going to throw downfield, pass intercepted across the 20, 15, 10, tight rope and looking for the goal line. And Brubaker got knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. And for Caleb Brubaker, that is his 3rd interception on the season.
Yeah, Rennie never really looked anybody off. And Caleb Brubaker able to just step right in front of that pass. And if not for a touchdown-saving tackle by Rennie, it would have been a second pick six for Grove City. But still, not bad, right? As they'll set up shop, 1st and goal at the 4.
And you could see how this defense has grown the last couple of years under Coach Vogt. Not only do they want turnovers, but they want turnovers to become touchdowns.
Yeah, they are just they're ball hawks. You know, they're trying to get the football every single play. Hunting that football.
Burnett and Tamburino both in the backfield. Pfeiffer under center, looking to throw the fade for Frazier. That one too far out in front of him and incomplete. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. And that's a new wrinkle we haven't seen before.
Yeah, the little fade there. Yeah.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 4-yard line for the Wolverines. Ian Demiri remains the tailback. He will shuffle the offensive line. Logan Pfeiffer going to go under center. Sullivan, the lone receiver. Tamburino in motion. They give the ball to Ian Demiri. Demiri driving for and into the end zone for a touchdown for Ian Demiri. And for Demiri, that is his 5th rushing touchdown of the year.
How about Demiri? Running right into Morningstar, the big lineman there for Teal, and just driving him into the end zone. So an impressive touchdown.
And Morningstar 6'1", 295.
Yeah, Demiri
won that head-to-head matchup.
That's unbelievable.
Snap a little high. They get it down. Flag flies as Sullivan's extra point is up and good. And we'll have to sort out this penalty as both special teams units remaining on the field.
Offsides, defense number 0. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, extra point is good.
So with 10:46 to play here in the first half, it is now a 28-0 lead for Grove City. And they've done it in all phases here this afternoon.
Yeah, they sure have. A defensive score, a quick score on a long pass, a really long extended drive for a touchdown, and then another turnover, short field, and they're able to score quick there. So, yeah, just, again, I keep using the expression, but just every group doing kind of what they're supposed to do, right? Special teams, defense, offense. The stars are being stars, and the the guys that are doing the kind of behind the scenes work are doing the behind the scenes work perfectly.
And you look at the numbers that stand out for Grove City: 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown, 2 of 2 on 4th down.
Yeah, that's it. Right, they've been able to keep a couple of drives alive and convert on the 4th downs and then score afterwards.
Logan Pfeiffer, 5 of 7, 72 yards and a touchdown. Nico Flotti already with 8 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. Again, the guys doing kind of what they're supposed to be doing, right? The stars are starring, and that's been certainly the role of Pfeiffer, Flotti, Frazier. Good contributions too from Lenhart. And, one of the things, Mark, and, Coach DiDonato would probably cringe to hear me say this, but one of the things that makes, I think, this version of the Grove City College football team last year and now into this year, this is a bad word for, but almost unupsettable. You think about like a team getting upset by a lesser opponent, whatever, is how good their defense is, right? Whenever you see an upset, usually the other team has some offensive weapons and they get a few breaks and a few plays. This defense is so solid that every time a mistake happens or a seeming break happens for the other team, the defense steps up and says no. And, that to me is really what kind of makes them unupsettable is how good their defense is.
Sullivan set to kick. 2 returners back deep inside the 10. This is a low bouncing kick that's going to go out of bounds and give the Tomcats good field position on the kick out of bounds. And you heard Ryan and Coach DiDonato talk about, approaching the team on Monday night after a loss. Hasn't happened in the regular season in a while.
On a kicking team.
You have to
take the ball at the 35. First down.
Yeah, you have to be a junior or senior on this team to have remembered the last time, right? So yeah, again, pretty amazing. And yeah, they've come out with a whole lot of energy, and just everybody kind of doing the things that they should do.
And you heard your coach say, we had their focus from first thing on Monday.
Yes,
and you're in a situation you need to win these next 4 games.
Right. Yeah, that was obvious. That they were able to bounce back quick, and there's been no sort of kind of flatness or hangover or anything like that.
Rennie takes the snap. He'll give it to his brother, Tanner Rennie, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss. This will bring up a 2nd down and a 12 for the Tomcats.
Yeah, Jolly just kind of stalking him along the line of scrimmage, and then before he could turn upfield at all, able to drag him backwards a couple of yards and make the tackle.
2nd down and 12. We approach 10 minutes, 15 seconds to play first half. Daniel Rennie, the quarterback, has 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left side. Play clock down to 4 seconds. They will snap it and give the ball to Tanner Rennie. And Tanner Rennie able to get the 2 yards loss plus about a half yard. This will set up a 3rd down and 9 for the Tomcats.
Yeah, I mean, that play is predicated on the Teal offensive line, the offense's offensive line being able to get a bit of a push, and the linemen and linebackers for Grove City just walling up there, nowhere for Rennie to go.
Grove City averaging about 7.5 yards per play. The Tomcats under 2 yards per play.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like,
3rd down and 9 for the Tomcats. Rennie drops to throw. Pressure. Flag comes out. Rennie rolling out. Going to take a shot downfield, and that pass is going to be incomplete and out of bounds. But Jack Jolly got held up high pretty clearly.
Offense number 77. That penalty's declined.
Yes.
4th down.
Spolnick still let the fans know what it was. So, yeah, everybody was...
So the incompletion will bring up 4th down, and the Tomcats will be forced to punt the ball away.
Yeah.
So Bowden Davidson, who started this game off with an interception for touchdown, will drop back deep. Bowden Davidson leading the team with now 4 interceptions on the year.
Wow. Yeah, that's an incredible number, as you just don't, see those kind of numbers from a defensive back at this level.
And we've got a penalty.
Fire snap, false start, number 9. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
5th penalty called on the Tomcats here in this first half of action. So that'll move Bowden Davidson up to the 31-yard line. 9:10 to play here in this first half. Snap right back to him. Rushes on. That punt is blocked. And the ball's rolling around inside the 10-yard line. And Grove City is going to come out of there with the football at the 5-yard line.
Yeah. Just the rush was on, and Caleb Brubaker
Boy, Caleb Brubaker, what an addition he has been to this defense, Chris. Does a little bit of everything amongst the leaders in tackles, sacks, interceptions, and now blocks a punt.
Yeah, Brubaker was in there. Of course, Ben Bladel was in there too. And just no chance for the punter to get that punt off that time. So Grove City scoring on a pick six, scoring on another interception, now with a chance to score on a third short field on a blocked punt.
Pfeiffer under center. Looks to throw. Going to throw the fade to Frazier. Pluck that ball out of the air for a Wolverine touchdown to make it 34-0 Wolverines. Another touchdown pass from Pfeiffer to Frazier.
Yeah, they're trying to guard him one-on-one out there with the 5'11" Justin Logan. Forget about it, right? As Frazier just able to go up over him and make another touchdown catch.
So Sullivan on to attempt the extra point. Just under 9 minutes to play here in this first half of action. Lambert to snap. Barabay gets that snap down, and Sullivan's extra point is up, and it is true. 8:56 to play here in the first half. And Grove City once again turns defense into offense and now leads this game 35-0 with 8 minutes and 56 seconds to play in the half. And we'll step aside for a quick break and be back on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 11 private institutions and 2 associate members, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics. As a charter member of NCAA Division III, PAC student-athletes excel in 23 varsity sports as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Just under 9 minutes to play first half. Chris, Wolverines with a 35-0 lead, and the every other week of the schedule continues next week as the Wolverines on the road at Waynesburg.
Yeah, Waynesburg again. Another program that's obviously is on the uprise, but still one of the teams that's struggling a little bit as far as their record. So yeah, Wolverines a chance to take care of business here, and then go to Waynesburg and take care of business before the big finale, right, against Case Western and Westminster.
2 big games, but you always hear this coaching staff talk about that week-by-week approach, and still work to do here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, right. 8:56 to go here in this second quarter. And, a team that, again, has done so many things right here. But, again, I keep coming back to it. You and I have had a lot of fun talking about the offensive prowess of this Grove City offense with its, record-setting quarterback Logan Pfeiffer and, Flatty, and, of course, the great receiving core led by Scott Frazier, and the offensive line that just dominates the line of scrimmage. But, again, what always just kind of is in the background, setting the tone for every game for this Grove City College football team is just how dominant the defense is. I mean, these teams just can't get anything going against the Grove City defense.
Second quarter, Carnegie Mellon leading St. Vincent 21-7. Also, second quarter, W&J now up 34-0 over Bethany. Sullivan ready to kick, give the ball back to the Tomcats. High, short, end over end kick, bobbled at the 12-yard line. Returner took off, went back, picked up the football, and then a host of special teamers there to make the stop at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, he caught it clean and looked like he had a pretty good head of steam, and you figured he was probably going to at least get out to about the 25, but bobbled the football and had to go back and get it. And by that time, Keegan Frazier and company were there, and Teal will have to set up shop here at their own 16, down 35-0 with 8:49 to go in this second quarter.
That was Marcus Tarver, the sophomore on the return, Dickinson, Texas native. So 1st and 10 for the Tomcats from their 16. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side, single back in the backfield with Daniel Rennie. the quarterback who's dropping to throw. Going to take a shot downfield. Has a man out there, and Bowden Davidson says no. He used his speed to recover and jumped up and took away his 5th interception of the year.
5th interception of the year.
9. That penalty's declined.
Wow.
Result of the play is an interception. First down, Grove City.
Yeah, Jason Stone, 6'4". He was out there and looked like he had a step, but Davidson able to accelerate, pick up some speed, and go up and get it.
It almost looked like Bowden Davidson was tracking that throw to him, the way he kind of just turned the speed on at the last second to catch up and to make that interception.
Yeah, I mean, for a moment there, Stone was open. Just Rennie could not get enough on that pass. And Davidson able to just go back there and make a great play.
Pfeiffer trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Back to throw with time. Stepping up, taking a shot for Heckathorn, who makes the catch inside the 15-yard line. And the Wolverines are knocking on the door once again.
Yeah, Heckathorn right down the seam.
That penalty will be added to the end of the play, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Wow, okay. Morningstar, number 2 for the Teal defense.
The Tussey Mountain native getting called for the penalty.
Yeah.
And it'll move the ball to the 6-yard line. I do believe the referee microphone is working quite well today.
Yes. Yeah, the whistle got our attention.
You awake now?
I'm awake, yes.
First and goal from the 4-yard line. Pfeiffer drops to a pistol formation. Nico Flotty's the tailback. Pfeiffer to throw. Fade to the corner, and that pass will fall incomplete. Defensive back had good position that time on Frazier.
Yeah, that time, Justin Logan, he's had a long day trying to guard Frazier one-on-one out there on just about every play, but that time able to take away the fade.
Second down and a goal from the 6-yard line. Exactly 8 minutes to play in the first half. Pfeiffer has had a good half so far, 7 of 10, 116 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. He'll take a 70% completion percentage.
Yeah.
Going to give the ball to Nico Flotty. Flotty got down to about the 4-yard line before being pushed back. We're going to say no gain on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Flatty had his kind of usual head of steam there, but big Chad Morningstar, who's had times a couple of plays go against him, that time wrapped him up and brought him down.
Twins to each side of the formation. Flatty remains the tailback. 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Pfeiffer takes the snap, stands in the pocket, fires the slant downfield, pass caught by Frazier, and he is down to the 1-yard line. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 1. So the Wolverines will bring in the heavy package with Burnett, Tamburino, and Ian Demiri.
You see those 3 coming in. You know what's coming next.
The single receiver will be Scott Frazier, lined up on the numbers to the left side. They will shuffle the offensive line. Logan Pfeiffer, who has 2 rushing touchdowns on the year, goes under center. Sends the fullback in motion. They give it to Demiri, seeking the goal line. And Ian Demiri is going to be stopped at the 1-yard line, and the Tomcat defense will hold.
Yeah. Yeah, Morningstar and that big Teal defensive line making a stand. They're on 4th down.
Morningstar, not the biggest D tackle you'll see, but uses his quickness to make plays.
Yeah, 6'1", 295, so he's not small. Certainly the biggest number 2 I've ever seen.
I would think so. Stop to think about that for a minute.
Scatbacks and Doug Flutie and
you do see a lot of ends, especially wearing single digits now.
Right.
So 1st and 10 for the Tomcats from the Grove City, from their 2-yard line. Tomcats getting that extra back into the backfield as Daniel Rennie lines up in the end zone, and he'll hand it off on first down, and that carry's just going to get him back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was it. You can see just about the safest play they could run, hoping maybe Rennie could pick something up, but just not a whole lot of running room as he ran right into the defensive line of Grove City.
So it is 2nd down and 9 as we approach 6 minutes to play first half. 35-0, Grove City with the lead. Tomcats have the football at their 2. Rennie takes the snap, and he's just going to try and hit up the middle as much as he can, as he's going to have a little gain and bring up now 3rd down for the Tomcats.
Yeah, 3rd down for the Tomcats. A couple of safe plays, but they were hoping to get a little bit going there to get out of the shadow of their end zone. So now they're in a passing situation here. Obviously 3rd and 9, but a lot could go wrong here.
Rennie 3 of 8. And has thrown 3 interceptions here in this first half. And they have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Rennie going to drop the throw. Fires outside. The pass is caught. They're about the 11-yard line. That looks like Ryan Acosta, the leading receiver with receptions, his 26th of the season.
Yeah, moves the chains. So Teal, again, you look for small victories when you're down 35-0. The Teal able to get out of the shadow of there after making the 4th down stand inside the 2. Now they're able to pick up a 1st down, keep the Grove City offense off the field.
So 1st and 10 out to the Grove City 11-yard line. 2 receivers to each side of the formation with Daniel Rennie, the senior quarterback. Sends a man in motion. He'll fake the handoff. He's going to keep it, try to get to the outside, and he's going to be pulled down in the backfield. And the Wolverine defender that made that stop, looks like Brubaker, a little slow to get up.
Yeah. I think it's his shoulder. That's that one you reach out there to make. I could be wrong, but
timeout defense.
So the Wolverine training staff and Coach DiDonato, Coach Matthews out there to take a look at Brubaker, who's down on the turf, Chris, with 4:14 to play in the half.
Yeah. Again, just kind of Rennie got a little bit of a head of steam. Brubaker got out there and they just kind of had to reach out awkwardly to try to stop him, and he did. But
good to see Brubaker up now and coming to the sidelines.
Loss of 2 yards on the play. It will be 2nd down and 12 at the 9 for Teal.
So it brings up a 2nd down and a long for the Tomcats, and hopefully Brubaker is going to be all right. He's a big part of that Wolverine defense.
Yeah, it looks it's kind of watching down there. It looked like a couple of the assistant coaches asking him if he was okay, and him nodding his head, yes. Tough kid.
So 2nd and 12 for Daniel Rennie and the Tomcats. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Rennie sends that slot receiver in motion. He will drop back to throw. Fires downfield, pass a little tall. And Bowden Davidson had a chance at his 3rd interception at the 20-yard line and does not look happy with himself for not pulling that ball in.
Yeah, and it was very similar to the situation on the first play of the game where it was an overthrow to Jason Stone, and it looked like he had a chance to pick that one up. He might have been able to get into the end zone on that one too, but that one kind of bouncing off of the top of his shoulder pads.
3rd and 12 for the Tomcats. 2 to the right, 1 to the left side. Going to have a wing to the left side. Wolverine showing pressure, creeping some linebackers up. Rennie back to throw. Hit as he throws, and the pass falls short of his intended target. Looking for Jason Stone, and it brings up 4th down and 12.
Yeah, who else? Ben Bladel in there, and
Rennie's pass incomplete, intended for Stone.
Yeah, Brubaker was back in there too, Mark, and was able to get a lot of pressure there. So Brubaker's okay.
Just kind of saw Bladel kind of creep up from that linebacker spot, put a hand down. You want to say in the dirt, but in the turf, and then just came with a full head of steam.
Yeah, he just kind of like getting shot out of a gun, and he was in there that fast, not blocked.
Bowden Davidson back deep at the 48-yard line. And before the snap of the football, we're going to get a procedure penalty.
False start, number 44. Half the distance to the goal.
It is now 4th down and 16 at the 5-yard line for Teal.
So make it 4th and 16.
Yeah, it's like, obviously years ago, Mark, we were calling games when Grove City was rebuilding this thing. And that, they get that first down, right? They get out of the shadow of their end zone, and then a couple of negative plays and a penalty. They're right back there with their punter on the heels of the end zone.
Punter gets this one away. End over end kick. Bowden Davidson from the 46. Looking for a block. Try to turn the corner and gets down to the 40-yard line.
Javier White, the tackle, flag on the play.
Got a flag back at the goal line.
Prior to the kick, holding, offense number 34. That penalty's declined. First down. Grove City.
Yeah. I mean, be hard pressed to do a whole lot better than the situation there. It'd have to be some kind of a great play. So, Coach DiDonato with a 35-0 lead with 3:36 to go here in this second quarter, wisely saying, "Let's get the offense out there on the 40."
3:36 to play. Starting in this drive, as you said, Chris, from the Tomcat 40-yard line. Single receiver to the right side. It'll be Lenhart and Frazier to the left. Pfeiffer going to take this snap. He'll drop back to throw. Has time. Steps up in a clean pocket. Looking for Frazier. Hit him in the back shoulder. And he walked into the end zone for a touchdown. You couldn't have walked up and placed that ball any better.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the old 7-on-7 passing drills in the summer that high school teams do. And, Frazier just beat Justin Logan again. And Pfeiffer putting it right on the money. And Grove City back on the scoreboard.
Frazier now 5 catches for 102 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Snap down. Sullivan's extra point on the way. And it is good. It is Grove City 42 and Teal 0 with 3 minutes and 29 seconds to play here in the first half. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Kickoff return for the Tomcats. They'll put the ball at the 22-yard line, and Minch and Heltzel there to make the stop on special teams for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Teal coming out, setting up shop here on their own 22, 1st and 10. As Grove City College's defense, again, I've kind of said some things to highlight them, but they've been so good.
And they have really forced the Tomcats to try and work the long field.
Right, and good luck. That's
First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Rennie takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to be dropped in the backfield near the 10-yard line.
Yeah, is that Shea Aiken? Yeah, I think it is. No. Ryan Montgomery.
That is Ryan Montgomery, the free safety, with his first sack of the season.
Wow, yeah, safety blitz for Ryan Montgomery, and he's going to bring Rennie down. And Montgomery's so often the guy that kind of quietly does his job, and other names are called because he did his job. But that time, the feature guy on the play as he makes the sack.
Jack Steinmetz now in there at a corner spot for the Wolverines on second down and long. And they're going to try to run this football with Dion Logan, and he'll pick up a couple of yards, but it'll bring up third down and long for the Tomcats.
Gain of 4 to the 19. 3rd and 13 for Teal.
So third down and 13, 2:20 to play here in the first half. A 42-0 lead for Grove City. At this point, both teams have run exactly 26 plays each.
Yeah, they've gone a little differently, though, for the two teams.
So third down and long. Daniel Rennie going to work out of the pistol formation. Twins to the left, single receiver right side. And now we've got a whistle.
Timeout.
So a timeout on the field for the 2-minute timeout. We'll step aside as well and come back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Microblades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Off the timeout, the Tomcats facing a third down and 13 for Daniel Rennie, and the Wolverines look like they're coming, and a flag comes out that'll stop this play as they were sending the house on that play.
Sure were. What do we got? Looks like maybe Grove City
Prior snap.
jumping across. Yep.
Defense offsides, number 91. In the neutral zone, calls the offensive player to move.
So Bryce Bolnick getting caught for the penalty.
5-yard penalty. Now 3rd and 8 at the 24.
Brings up third down and 8. Rennie takes the snap, drops the throw. Ben Bladel right there in the backfield, and they'll put him down on the turf for a sack back near the 9-yard line. This will bring up fourth down and long for the Tomcats.
Yeah, again, what they try to do is they try to disguise their blitz, and you end up not blocking the guy that you need to block. And Bladel came in there again unblocked, and Daniel Rennie is not going to escape that.
So Pratt will punt the football away from about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Bowden Davidson standing at midfield. Low snap to him. He was able to pick it up and get it out of there. Bowden Davidson just going to back away from this football that's going to roll all the way to the Grove City 49-yard line. Wow. So, Chris, yeah. Grove City has a minute 4 and all 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah. Yeah, great job by the Teal punt team getting it out of there and getting it into Grove City territory. But still, like you said, good field position, ball on the 49. Not as good as you thought it was going to be, but still, you'll take the ball at the 49 anytime you can. Minute 4 and 3 timeouts.
Tomcats have been forced to punt 4 times already in this first half. So Pfeiffer out of the pistol, single tailback behind him is Nico Flotti. One receiver to the right, trips to the left side. Pfeiffer takes the snap. He'll drop to the 40 to throw. Going to take a shot downfield for Frazier, and that ball got knocked away and incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that time, Logan back there, Justin Logan, finally kind of on time that time, able to knock it away. As they kind of continue to just stay in that one-on-one coverage. And, yeah, I mean, I say that as if, like, I have a better solution. I don't know what to, but, yeah.
We've seen a lot of teams put a safety over the top on Frazier. The Tomcats have not done that here today so far.
I don't know how you cannot do that.
Pfeiffer to throw downfield. Frazier makes the catch across the 40, spins back to about the 38-yard line and going out of bounds with his 6th catch of the first half.
Yeah, that's what happens, right? 6 catches now, well over 100 yards. Yeah, again, 114 yards. That's what happens when you don't put the safety over the top on him, right?
So 1st and 10 to the Tomcat 39-yard line. Twins to each side of the formation. Flotti is the tailback. Play clock, plenty of time now at 12 seconds. Tomcats showing pressure. They'll back off. Pfeiffer to throw. Has time. Taking a shot downfield. Looking for Sullivan and just out in front of him and incomplete. And it brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Sullivan made a great move to get past Josh Williams, the cornerback. And Pfeiffer just let it rip. And Sullivan could not catch up to it.
So the incompletion brings up 2nd down and 10. Still 44 seconds to go here in this first half. 2 receivers right. Now 3 receivers, to the right. And Frazier singled up inside the numbers to the left. Pfeiffer to throw with time. Steps up into the pocket. Taking a shot downfield. And the ball batted away and incomplete from Lenhart at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Andre Lucky Jr., Nothing lucky about that. He was just there on time and knocked it away.
Freshman out of Elyria High School. No, I don't know their nickname before you ask.
I was going there.
I did. We've done a few of these together.
Yeah. Well, you're the one that said you knew every Ohio mascot.
Most. It's just these that you keep pointing out.
No, right. That's why.
3rd down and 10 with trips to the right. Pfeiffer to throw, play action. Sets up the screen to Nico Flotti. Makes the catch across the 40. And Flotti is going to be driven back at the 36-yard line. This is going to bring up 4th down for Grove City with 28 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, Flotti able to kind of get out there and find a little bit of space, but just well defended there by Teal. Just holding him to a 2-yard gain.
So it'll bring up 4th down and 8, and it looks like they will leave the offense out there.
Okay.
Single receiver to the right, trips to the left side. So it's Sullivan to the right. It's Lenhart, Heckathorn, and Frazier to the left. And now we've got a whistles, and the Tomcats going to use a timeout. With 28 seconds to go here in this first half. And Grove City on top 42-0.
Yeah, and again, obviously kind of a great situation here for Grove City to go for it on 4th and long, 4th and 8. But so Teal really kind of saying, you know what, we got, there's something out there we don't like in this these matchups, so we better call a timeout and make sure that we don't give up another big play.
Couple of games, Chris, going on this afternoon besides ours. They've gone to halftime. Carnegie Mellon at St. Vincent leading the Bearcats 38-7. And halftime as well with W&J and Bethany, a 34-0 lead for the Presidents over the Bison.
Yeah, 31-0 second quarter for CMU as CMU St. Vincent game kind of getting everybody's attention. It was 7-7 at the end of one, but CMU waking up a little bit in that second quarter.
Got a couple of games also, late starts and under the lights tonight.
That's obviously the big one is right down the road in New Wilmington. So Case Western visits Westminster.
So 4th down and 8 for the Wolverine offense, 28 seconds to go. Sullivan remains the receiver to the right side. Lenhart, Heckathorn, and Frazier to the left. Nico Flotti single back in the backfield with Logan Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer drops back to the 45, fires downfield. Frazier made the catch shy of the 26-yard line, but it is plenty good for a first down and got out of bounds with 22 seconds to go in the half. Grove City still has all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah, obviously, Logan could not let him get behind him. And so Frazier just...
timeout, Grove City.
So Grove City will use one of those timeouts, Chris, with 22 seconds to go. And Frazier having an absolute monstrous first half with 7 catches and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and again, like you said, so often we've seen teams say somebody else is going to have to beat us in double covering and bringing that safety over. But Teal has not done that, and Frazier is, putting together a monster day here.
We've talked a lot about the defense this afternoon. Here's the number that tells the story. Teal, 28 plays for 24 yards.
Yeah, I mean, that's a domination. I mean, you just don't see that in college football. Occasionally you get a real bad mismatch in high school football, and you see something like that. But, again, this Grove City team, obviously they've been great against the great teams. But their domination against the middle and lower teams in the PAC, they don't ever mess around, and that's because the defense is so good.
2 receivers going to go to the right and 2 to the left. That's Sullivan and Heckathorn to the right. Lenhart and Scott Frazier to the left side. Nico Flotti is the tailback. Pfeiffer takes the snap, 5-step drop, sets up, fires downfield. Sullivan made the catch and went into the end zone for a touchdown. Daniel Sullivan finds the end zone for Grove City here this afternoon.
Yeah, Sullivan, it looks like he's going to have another chance to do the old touchdown catch, run out and kick the extra point. Sullivan was able to, again, get to make a good move, get into the middle of the field, and Pfeiffer with an absolute dart.
Sullivan's 14th reception, his 3rd touchdown of the season. Snap down. Barabay gets the hold down, and Sullivan's extra point is up and good. And a big first half for this Wolverine offense, Chris. A 49-0 lead with 15 seconds to go and 4 touchdown passes for Logan Pfeiffer here in the first half.
Yeah, they've just been they've been perfect. The defense has been dominating. The offense has been perfect, right? Absolutely efficient, doing whatever they want to do. And Pfeiffer, kind of slowly but surely putting together just a monster day.
13 of 19, 211 yards and 4 touchdowns. And I think the thing that stands out most for this afternoon is the ball placement from Logan Pfeiffer. It has been precise.
It's been precise, right? He's throwing it into a bucket from long distance,
and you can have confidence like that when you're a quarterback like Logan Pfeiffer, that he's only been sacked twice on the year.
Right.
And by the way, those first 2 came last week, so
yeah.
A clean sheet for the offensive line through the first 5 games.
Yeah, again, what that comes from is every unit sort of doing their job. That's the offensive line and the doing their job, and the running backs picking up blitzers.
We're going to have somebody come in and hold for the Wolverines as the ball came off the tee. And that is one of the 3-15s. That's Levi Teets will come on and hold. And Sullivan's kick is away. Bounces at the 10-yard line across the 15 to the 20. and going to be pushed back at about the 21-yard line. And Tomcats will have 7 seconds to go here in this first half.
Yeah, just again, the Teal got off to a tough start, a pick six for the Wolverines on the first play, and then played a very good first quarter, I thought, after that. But this second quarter has been all Grove City. We just think about taking a knee and going and licking your wounds a little bit at the halftime locker room.
So first and 10 from the 22-yard line. Rennie, the quarterback, has a running back behind him. He'll hand it to him on first down and run into a wall of defenders led by Jack Jolly, and that will bring us to the end of the first half of action. At the break, Grove City with a 49-0 lead over Teal in the 40th playing of the Mercer County Cup, and a great first half of action.
Great first half of action. The defense dominant, as you pointed out statistically, the giving up less than 1 yard a play, and the offense just precision and perfection, able to score in a variety of different ways.
We will take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll begin the halftime show here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Is a Christian college where you'll be challenged academically and nourished spiritually, where you can determine your calling and understand how to pursue it, and where you'll be a part of a community of purpose and principle. An excellent education is at the heart of the Grove City College experience, coupled with a commitment to faith and a mission to keep higher education affordable. I'm Grove City College President Paul McNulty, inviting you to visit gcc.edu to learn more.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hey, there he is. How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. Or S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. Time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college, which ends up making the future better for all of us. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Halftime here on the Wolverine Sports Network with Grove City on top of the Teal Tomcats by a score of 49-0. Chris, let's look at scoring in the first half. Things got underway quickly. A one-play, 14-second drive. Rennie's pass intercepted by Bowden Davidson and brought back for a touchdown. Davidson had an interception later in the half, so he's up to 5.
Yeah.
Already on the season, with still 3.5 games to play.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Just the first play of the game, Rennie high with the pass right to Bowden Davidson, who just jogs in for the score. And right off the bat, Teal, who needed to play certainly mistake-free football to have a chance to stay in this game, makes the first big mistake.
Logan Pfeiffer would complete a pass to Scott Frazier from 46 yards out that completed a 2-play, 50-yard drive that took 45 seconds. Sullivan's extra point made it a 13-0 lead for Grove City. Nico Flotti then found the end zone from 5 yards out. Sullivan's extra point was a 21-0 lead for the Wolverines. That one of the longer drives of this first half. 15 plays, 81 yards, took just under 9 minutes.
Yeah, that was kind of the one sort of typical Grove City Wolverine drive. As they kind of did it a lot on the ground, picked up first downs, used a lot of clock, and were able to score that way.
Ian Demary found the end zone from 4 yards out at the 10:46 mark of the first half. Capping another quick drive, 2 plays, 4 yards, 11 seconds. And Grove City, Chris, able to take advantage of really short fields that the defense has given them.
Right, an interception that was almost taken back for a pick six, and then also a blocked punt. So a couple of short fields, able to score on both of them.
Logan Pfeiffer to Scott Frazier from 5 yards out. That drive, 1 play, 5 yards, 5 seconds for the Grove City touchdown. Pfeiffer then would hit Scott Frazier on a 40-yard touchdown pass on another 1-play, 40-yard drive that took 7 seconds. And the final scoring drive came with just 15 seconds to go. Pfeiffer to Daniel Sullivan from 26 yards out. Sullivan's extra point capped off a 7-play, 51-yard drive that took 49 seconds off the scoreboard. And Grove City with a 49-0 lead here at the break.
Yeah, just kind of a thorough domination on both ends of the, both sides of the ball, and the Grove City offense, like we said, just having a field day. Nico Flotti and Ian Demary doing a great job picking up yards. Pfeiffer's been nearly flawless. And a host of receivers getting involved, most notably, of course, Scott Frazier having a huge day. And then, again, I keep saying it, the thing that makes this team so difficult to deal with, though, is the defense. This defense, you just can't get anything going against it. And Teal didn't get anything going against it.
And Brubaker leading the way with 8 tackles in the first half, and mixing an interception and a sack. And it has been a big half for Brubaker. And we see what the addition to this defense that he has brought. You're talking about a safety playing a linebacker, and at times playing like a linebacker, and at times playing like a safety.
Right, he's that perfect hybrid. Of the two positions. Where's number 27? You almost kind of assume that he's a defensive back, but he's playing a linebacker spot, and just causing all kinds of havoc for this Wolverine defense.
And we will look at some of the individual numbers, but take a looking at some of the team numbers. First down comparison, Chris, 13-3 in favor of the Wolverines, who have run the football 14 times for 74 yards, averaging 5 yards a carry, while the Tomcats averaging 0.2.
Yeah, 0.2, right. As they just cannot get anything going with their running game. And you can't win if you can't get anything going with your running game, right? I mean, that's just a fact. And so, the fact that, Teal is not even picking up 1 yard per carry tells you what kind of an afternoon they've been having.
If you want to look into the numbers, and a coaching staff will always look for that one thing to talk about at the halftime. The one number you could see, Grove City just 1 of 5 on third downs.
1 of 5 on third downs. But again, how often have they converted first downs on second down and on first down, right? Or, even touchdowns on those down and distances. So, again, it's okay. So the stats aren't good, but I don't think it's having much of an impact on this
They
game.
are, however, 3 of 4 on fourth down.
3 of 4 on fourth down.
And you talked a lot about the defense. They're holding Teal to 1 of 7 on third down.
Yeah, right. Well, right, and that's been so devastating for Teal because they cannot get off the field. And here's the thing about that number. So you look at Grove City obviously with 13 first downs, and they've picked up 3 of them on fourth down and 1 of them on third down. So that means that they have picked up 9 first downs on either first or second down. So, that's just a thorough domination there by an offense.
7 penalties called on the Tomcats in the first half, 5 on the Wolverines, who, when you look at the scoreboard, you see time of possession favors the Tomcats by about 3 minutes.
Right. It's amazing. Yeah, it's again, it is so many, when a defense dominates the way that this defense has today, it's, very difficult to look at time of possession. I went to that Syracuse Pitt game Thursday night, and Syracuse, quadrupled Pitt's time of possession. It didn't matter. They had 3 pick sixes, Pitt did. So, that's kind of the type of domination that we've seen here from Grove City.
I also had somebody tell me Kyle McCord was a good quarterback this week. So that we will leave for a conversation for another day. We will step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll look at the individual numbers. That's up next here on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Halftime here on the Wolverine Sports Network, and the Wolverines leading the Tomcats by a score of 49-0 here at the half. Chris, let's look at the individual numbers. First for Rennie, the quarterback for the Tomcats, 4 of 11 limited to just 21 yards. He threw 3 interceptions and was sacked 4 times. He has been under pressure all afternoon.
Yeah, he's been under pressure all day. Even a couple of those completions were just like him kind of making a Houdini-like escape and then just dumping it out for a couple of yards. So, yeah, it's been a rough afternoon for Rennie.
His longest completion, just 9 yards. The other Rennie, 8 carries for 20 yards. Logan has carried it 4 times for 17 yards. Rennie, 6 carries. He has lost 33 yards because of those sacks. Acosta, leading receiver, has 1 catch for 9 yards. For the Wolverines, Chris, Logan Pfeiffer, what a first half for him. 13 of 19, 211 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he has not been sacked.
Yeah, he's just kind of been able to, sort of stand in the pocket and, find whoever he wants to. And when that's the case, he's going to put up video game kind of numbers. And that's just been his afternoon today. But as you pointed out, as good as Pfeiffer always is, he's even better today, I think, with just the precision passing and putting the ball right where he wants to. Total command.
Nico Flotty, 9 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. Ian DeMary, 5 for 15 and a touchdown. Scott Frazier having the big first half. 7 catches for 125 and 3 touchdowns, averaging about 18 yards a catch.
Yeah, he's just unguardable out there. And again, we've pointed it out several times. Teal trying to guard him one-on-one. Justin Logan kind of out there on an island against Frazier, and hasn't gone well for Logan, but it sure has gone well for Scott Frazier.
Heckathorn 1 for 39, Sullivan 1 for 26 and a touchdown, Lenhart 3 for 19, Nico Flotty 1 for 2, or as I'm required to say, Pfeiffer is spreading the ball around.
He sure is, yeah, no doubt. How about Lenhart, the 3 catches there on that one possession, right? It might even have been one series, it seemed like. I guess it could have been one series, but one possession on back-to-back series. So, he's spread it around and doing a great job with that.
And the only time we have seen Daniel Barabay today has been to hold for extra points. So the punter not getting much duty today.
Yeah, that's amazing, right? Yeah, I didn't even kind of think about that, but yeah, the Grove City has either gone for it on 4th down, converted on 4th down, or no punts.
Couple of other scores around the conference. In the early stages of the third quarter, Carnegie Mellon leading St. Vincent 38-7. And W&J now with a 41-0 lead over Bethany. And that game is in the latter stages of the third quarter. Couple of games later on this afternoon and evening as well.
Yeah, you got Waynesburg visiting Allegheny, and then, of course, the big one, Case Western visiting Westminster right down the road in New Wilmington. So that's obviously the one that kind of features the two of those teams that are in that mix at the top of the conference standings.
And you would expect that it will be a busy second half for us, and so you expect a lot of the younger guys to get some action today.
Right, yeah. And again, when you have the kind of depth that this Grove City College team has right now, these are guys that are going in there and they are competing with the guys in front of them and maybe even the guys behind them. And, I just talking to a guy last night who has a son that plays on a good Division III team. And, he was just talking about his son plays middle linebacker. There's 21 middle linebackers on that team, and he's just battling and competing. So these guys that are getting in the second half, obviously that's the situation they're in.
And, you are obviously playing for today and this year and the things that this year could bring. But this is a team that returned 20 starters this year. So there's going to be opportunities, to get coaches' attention this year for opportunities to come in the future.
Yeah, no question. Right. I mean, this is a very, senior-heavy team, and guys are going to get some opportunities here in the upcoming season.
We'll take our final break. We'll come back and we'll get the third quarter started here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. We check your oil They'll check your fluids and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy.
This is Grove City College President Paul McNulty. Grove City College is a highly ranked national liberal arts college where your formation is viewed holistically, embracing mind, heart, and hand. You'll discover your calling and be equipped to pursue it. You'll also be a part of a community of purpose and principle. Faithfulness to this mission is one of our core values. Learn more about us at gcc.edu.
Couple minutes away from the start of the third quarter here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Mark Means, Chris Birch with you on a crisp fall afternoon. The leaves have all turned, and it is absolutely beautiful to walk across campus.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, just kind of looking what a view it is. Certainly off with the campus up on the back in the background behind the field. As yes, a lot of leaves falling and things like that all of a sudden, but still some brilliant colors. About probably the next time you and I are together in 2 weeks, it'll be a little bit of a different story.
This is where I normally ask you keys to the second half, but it's going to be one of those where you might see the starters for a series or two,
right,
and then you'll see some of the younger guys get a chance to play.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, I think certainly the message from the coaches to their team is whoever's in there, do your job. Whoever's in there, be sharp. That those kinds of messages, and I think that's you're going to see some guys on the second and maybe even the third teams out there, and maybe even lower than that. Maybe even deeper on the depth chart than that. But everybody's do their job, do what you've been coached, just all those kinds of things. So,
and those opportunities are so many things. They are showing, your ability, maybe for a spot for next year. Right. It is building camaraderie on a roster that has over 100 players on it.
Yes.
And the thing that I always love is seeing the ones and the twos really, getting into it and getting after and supporting those guys.
Yeah, right. There's no doubt. And we've certainly seen that in a couple of these games. Where and again, like I've said, and I'll continue to say it in these situations. You think about what the second and third teamers maybe used to be like, 10 years ago on this program's roster. But these are stars now, right? The guys on the second and third teams are high school stars, accomplished, all conference, all state type players. So they go in there, they are loaded for bear, and they're guys who know how to play.
And you throw in the fact that, each year the recruiting classes have been so good. We see, one or two freshmen kind of just work their way into the two deep.
It's amazing, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's you work your way into the two deep as a freshman on this roster these days. You're a really good player.
Kickoff by Kellogg for the Tomcats, fielded across the 10, 15 to the 20, and all the way out near the 30-yard line before being knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, that was Darby Gray back there.
So Darby Gray has that return, and the Wolverine offense has their first series of this third quarter.
Yeah, and as you said, right on cue, Ethan Wiley and some of that second group in there for the Wolverine offense.
So it will be Chase Rankin at the tailback spot. As they will go right to the depth of this roster to start this third quarter. Wiley takes the snap, gives the ball to Rankin on first down. And Chase Rankin able to push the pile forward for a couple on first down. Brings up a 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, Rankin kind of going right off of the right tackle there and ran into Morningstar. He's still in the game in case anybody was wondering.
Darvier Gray out there in a receiver spot for the Wolverines. Fullback goes in motion. Wiley going to throw it on first down. That pass caught by Darvier Gray. And Darvier Gray is going to be a couple yards shy. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, Gray just kind of snowed under the moment that he caught it. So this Wolverine offense now facing a 3rd and 2.
Gray picking up his 6th catch of the season. So 3rd down and 2. Wolverines going into the win here for this 3rd quarter. So it is junior Ethan Wiley out of Mercer running the offense to begin this 3rd quarter. Everyone in tight. They will run the football on 3rd down and short. That is Chase Rankin, who on 2nd effort, able to pick up enough to move the chains.
Chase Rankin, a 5'10", 195-pound sophomore. So, it looks kind of small out there from here, but 5'9", 195 is not nothing. Plowing ahead in there and able to bull his way to a 1st down.
Wiley going to work out of the pistol. 2 fullbacks in front of him. See, the 2nd fullback in there now is Lucas Lohman, a sophomore out of Chambersburg. They're going to run the football again right up the middle, attacking this Tomcat defense down to the 49-yard line. Again is Chase Rankin.
Yeah, Rankin working ahead there for 3 yards.
Wolverines going to bring now in at running back Eli Jones, the converted quarterback at tailback.
Yeah, 6'2", 215, good feet. Yeah, he's kind of an interesting story.
Trips to the right, single receiver left side. Wiley takes the snap. He'll look to throw. Fires downfield. Pass caught just shy of that 1st down marker to the 45-yard line before the receiver is driven back. That is Wyatt Barzak, the junior from Cochranton, on the reception.
Yeah, Barzak making the catch and getting the Grove City offense here in a 3rd and very manageable, little more than 1 yard here, long one.
And we got to see that big arm from the junior Ethan Wiley. Single back in the backfield, 1 receiver in the formation will now split off towards the hash marks. He will run it to Eli Jones, and Jones has the 1st down and more down to the 41-yard line.
Eli Jones, obviously the converted quarterback, so he knows the ins and outs of this offense.
Jones, Liberty Township, Ohio, Trenton Edgewood High School. Wolverines have kept it, for the most part, on the ground to begin this 3rd quarter. They've thrown the ball just 1 time.
Right.
Single receiver to the right, trips to the left. Jones remains the tailback with Ethan Wiley. Play clock at 12 seconds. Game clock at 10 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Going to give the ball to Eli Jones, and Jones runs over a couple defenders, and he'll hammer his way inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Another good gain on 1st down.
Yeah, like Eli Jones, again, really good feet, a couple of nice cutbacks. Just kind of he's a junior, but he just you can tell he just has that savvy about him. A couple of cutbacks, able to get a nice 7-yard gain there.
Wiley takes the snap, Hands the ball off to Chase Rankin and runs it right up the middle for a first down to the 26-yard line. And it's been nothing fancy on this drive, just power football.
I love it. Right. This second group offensive line doing a great job, and no doubt, really good work by Rankin and Jones and the quarterback Ethan Wiley.
First and 10 for Grove City from the Tomcat 26-yard line. Single receiver now out to the right, trips to the left side. Wiley drops the throw, has time, looks down the middle, and that pass a little too far out in front for his intended target, and that'll fall to the turf. Looking for Derek Lambert, the junior wide receiver from Denver, Pennsylvania, Garden Spot High School.
Garden Spot High School, one of my favorite names for a high school in the Commonwealth.
And their nickname is?
No clue. What do you got? Yeah.
Second down and 10 for the Wolverines. Rankin remains the tailback. Ethan Wiley, the junior, is the quarterback. Going to give the ball to Rankin, and had a Tomcat defender draped on his back and was able to run forward for about a yard. And it's going to bring up now a third down and 9 for the Wolverines.
Rankin on the run. Gain of 1 to the 25. Badger on the spot.
Looked like Badger able to kind of just hang on to him there, not let him get much going there. So, third down and long here for this offense that has really been able to make some hay on the ground. Obvious passing situation here.
Wiley 2 for 3 for 12 yards on this drive. He'll have trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Wiley takes the snap, stands in the pocket, fires downfield. That pass is batted away and incomplete. Looking downfield, looking for Wyatt Barzak, and it'll bring up fourth down and 9.
Fourth and 9. Looks like they're going to keep the offense out of there. Just maybe a little bit outside of Daniel Sullivan's range, and obviously not punting from here.
About a 42-yard attempt if they were to kick it here, which is Sullivan's career long hit last week.
Okay. All right. So, I should not say, that it's beyond his range, but they're going to keep the offense out there regardless.
Wiley to throw, being pressured, rolls to the right, hit as he throws, fires downfield. That ball knocked away and incomplete. 2 defenders for the Tomcats bumped into each other, and the ball fell to the turf, and it's fourth down.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that was fourth down. It's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he would have been able to really make something happen if he would have been able to intercept that. But you're right. The two Teal guys kind of ran into each other. McGroarty able to get his hand in there a little bit too. But after it's almost 6 minutes 41 second drive for the Tomcat or for the Wolverines. No points, but Teal takes over.
Out there at linebacker is the freshman Danny Franco from North Catholic, wearing number 43. So Daniel Rennie remains at the quarterback spot. He'll have 3 receivers in the formation. Rennie's going to keep it on the read, and he'll get across the 25 and down to the 26-yard line before being knocked down.
Tanner Rennie, another.
Gain of 2, second and 8 at the 27.
Okay, that was the direct snap formation there. As we see Tanner Rennie hobbled a little bit there on that play.
Second down and 8. Ball on the Tomcat 27-yard line. 8.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Wolverines showing pressure from the edge. Rennie play fake, fires downfield, pass caught. That's good enough for a first down as a tackle is made by Keegan Frazier, the junior from Knock.
Yeah.
Chris, also good to see Noah Wheeler, the freshman from McKinney, Texas, who got a little banged up, missed a few weeks.
Yeah.
He back out there on the field.
Doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Good catch there by you. Approaching the 7-minute mark here of this fast-moving third quarter.
First and 10 Tomcats from the 37-yard line. Rennie takes the snap. He'll hand it off on a first down to Logan, trying to bounce to the outside, and Logan's going to have a nice gain. He'll go out of bounds with a first down run for the Tomcats right at midfield.
Yeah, Logan, you can tell he's certainly a talent, right? Deion Logan, the senior running back out of Richmond, Virginia.
So it brings up first and 10 for the Tomcats from midfield. Trips to the right side. Rennie has a running back to his left. Play clock 15 seconds. Three-step drop. Pressured. Stepping up. Trying to roll to the outside. Avoiding the rush. Fires downfield. And that pass, so they're gonna call that a good catch coming back to the football and making the reception for the Tomcats.
Yeah, Blake Joseph, the senior from Cannon Mac, came back and made the catch. So
Joseph, their second leading receiver in yardage and receptions, first in touchdowns with 3.
Yeah, been really kept in check, obviously, by this Wolverine defense today.
Trips to the left. Single back of the backfield with Rennie. He'll take the snap. He's going to keep it. And able to get away from the first defender and then pull down at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, looks like Micah Walliser able to jump back out there and make a nice tackle.
8 of 3 brings up a second down and 7 as we approach 5 minutes to play, third quarter.
Yeah.
Tomcats going to have a single receiver to the left and 2 to the right side with a wing to the right side. On this second down and 7. Daniel Rennie back to throw. Goes underneath. Receiver makes a catch across the 30. And going to be knocked down just shy of the 35-yard line. First down catch by the senior Ryan Acosta.
Yeah, Acosta just kind of coming across the middle there, and a nice ball thrown there by Daniel Rennie.
Acosta 5'9", 185, but not afraid to go over the middle and make that catch.
No, he's like the prototypical slot receiver, that size and fearless.
So 2 receivers go to the right side. Going to set up a wing to the left side for Rennie with a single back in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, play action, hit as he throws, and that pass sails incomplete. That pass went out. The receiver went in, but that throw was off time on the pressure from the Wolverine defense.
Yeah. Like, is that Mason Summers? Yeah, Mason Summers in there to get some pressure on Rennie. So
second down and 10, 4:13 to play here in this third quarter. Tomcats break the huddle, 15 seconds on the play clock as they come to the line. Single receiver to the left and 3 to the right side. Running back is to the left. Rennie drops back to throw. This time deep drop. Tried to set up the screen to his running back who made the catch at the 25 and was able to work his way down near the 20-yard line was Deion Logan.
Yeah. Logan kind of coming through the middle of the field there. Picking up 6 yards here. Sets up a third and very manageable here for the Tomcats.
So third down and 4 for the Tomcats. Again, Wolverines on the road. 1 o'clock kickoff next week. Take on the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets high atop the stadium.
That's right. Way up there. I still remember you and I working a game there 5 years ago. And I got a nice little cardio workout getting up there. You better do some stretching, Mark, before that one.
Going to pull a hamstring. Just walk into the press box. Inside handoff. And they were able to get the football down to about the 16-yard line. And then on the stop, that's Mike Ecke on the tackle for the Wolverine defense. Sophomore from Albion High School. Under 3 minutes to play. First down and 10 for the Tomcats. From about the 16-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Going to give him the handoff to Logan. Tried to bounce to the outside. That's good pursuit by the Wolverine defense, Chris, to hold him to just 1 yard.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, right. Really good pursuit. Doing a good job getting off of their blocks and making the tackle.
2nd down and 9. Tomcats into the breeze here in this third quarter for the final 2 minutes. Rennie has a running back to his left as he drops to throw. Standing in the pocket, goes downfield. That pass short of his intended target will fall incomplete and bring up a 3rd down and 9.
And not a whole lot of pressure, but enough to bother Rennie a little bit. That was Micah Walliser again, getting in there and just being disruptive.
So it brings up a 3rd down and 9. Minute 56 to play here in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. The running back is Dion Logan next to Daniel Rennie. Rennie drops to throw. Looking to the outside, fires that pass to the outside, and the receiver made the catch and got knocked out of bounds. We lost the chains for a moment, but I think it might be just a hair shy of converting that first down.
Yeah, it was. It was a little shy of the marker. Yeah, look at all the leaves are blowing up, straight up off of the ground.
So 4th down for the Tomcats. They will leave the offense out there.
Yeah, why not?
Livingston, their kickers, only attempted 1 field goal on the season, and that one was blocked. So Rennie and Logan in the backfield. Rennie drops the throw, stands in the pocket, being pressured, rolling to the outside. He'll be sacked back at the 20-yard line. As the Wolverine defense there to come up and make the stop by Micah Walliser.
Oh, that will result in a first down.
What?
So they called the penalty on the Grove City defense. It'll put the ball at the 4-yard line and 1st and goal.
They were offsides. Yeah, they are. The ref mic got cut off a little bit there right at the beginning. So yeah, it was an offsides.
Yeah, multiple players.
Yeah,
got
multiple
that
players.
much.
He said we got that much right. Yeah, we didn't know what was the multiple players, but yeah.
So 1st and goal, Tomcats at the 4-yard line. We're under a minute to play in this third quarter. Daniel Rennie and Dion Logan in the backfield. They run the ball with Logan, and he's going to come up shy of the goal line, right about the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. Logan, 5'10", 185 pounds, North Chesterfield, Virginia, James River High School. They will run it quickly again with Logan, and again, he'll come up short.
Just a little bit short, yeah.
Inside the 1-yard line, it'll be 3rd down and goal, and we have seen some memorable goal line stands from this defense over the last few years.
Yeah, we sure have. Looks like that's going to be the last play of the third quarter, Mark.
So we have come to the end of the third quarter. Chris, we will keep it right here as we get set to turn the page to the fourth quarter. And we've seen this second and third group give up some yardage, but they're trying to protect that 0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, really, this entire third quarter was a long drive by Grove City that didn't result in points, and now a long drive for Teal that has not resulted in points yet. But we see them, it's 3rd down on the 1-yard line, so about as fast-moving a quarter as you can get after a second quarter that moved with some alacrity.
These are the big teacher words today, huh?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. In other words, it was slow.
Yeah, that's more my speed. So we will put the final 15 minutes up on the scoreboard. And Chris, the Wolverines will retain the Mercer County Cup. And we heard Coach Donato talk about how important it was to keep it because he likes looking at it every week.
Yeah, it was great. That was the best part of that interview with Ryan in the pregame show was, just how he looks at that and all of the memories that he had and some epic battles. There were some really good Teal teams, when he played. And, so that a great kind of a golden era in the history of the Mercer County Cup when he played. And, certainly now this Grove City club has the advantage. But, Teal, again, some signs of life throughout the course of the past couple of years. And I don't know, Mark, you do get the sense from this Teal team, don't you, so they played all of the top teams now. Right. They got that nice win against Allegheny. They lost a close one to Geneva, but all of their other games have essentially been against the best teams. So now they have a chance to maybe string together a couple of wins, which is good for recruiting. It's the way you feel about yourself in the winter, in the spring, in the weight room, all those kind of things. And they have some pieces. They're just very, still very kind of mistake prone, which is it's tough to beat the great teams when you make a lot of mistakes.
3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Rennie alone in the backfield. Going to hand the football to Dion Logan. And Logan hidden by Rennie, able to find his way into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown run for the Tomcats.
Yeah, Logan just off tackle there and able to bounce in, break a tackle, and get into the end zone. So,
Draven Livingston, the senior out of Reynolds High School, on to attempt the extra point. 5 of 6 on the season. He will go down at the 10-yard line trying to attempt the extra point. Snap down, extra point on the way, and it is up, and it is good. And with 14:56 to play here in this 4th quarter, the Tomcats are on the board for the first time here this afternoon.
Yeah, good, nice drive put together by that Teal offensive unit, and long drive, able to get on the board.
We will take a timeout as well, and we'll come back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
14:56 to play here in this afternoon's 4th quarter, and a 49-7 lead for the Wolverines here at home.
Yeah, Wolverines, again, that second offensive unit came out onto the field to start the 3rd quarter, put together a long drive. Were denied on a 4th down play in the red zone, but still, certainly a lot of signs of life. And then Teal able to come on and put together a long drive of their own, resulting in points.
Darvier Gray, looks like Eli Jones back to return for the Wolverines. Actually, let's get to the right number 10. That is Johnny Ruggles from Austintown Fitch High School. Was at his alma mater last night.
Okay, yeah.
And that kick is going to be short and fielded by one of the up men for the Wolverines. That is That is number 46, Evan Wright, the senior out of McGuffey High School.
His teammates wanted him to return that so bad. But he just made the catch. There he comes out. Now he's coming over. They're all like, come on, man.
But did the right thing.
He did the right thing.
What you were supposed to do in that case. Just
right.
Catch the football.
Yes. If the score was 7-6, that's exactly what he should have done.
So
say, do what we coach you, right? Do what we coach you to do, and that's all he was doing there.
And as you said at halftime, do what you're supposed to do. That was exactly it right there.
That was it right there. You got it.
So Wiley going to take the football, and he will hand it off on first down. And that'll be a short gain on a first down and bring up now a second down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Rankin, of course, getting some work with the first team at times this year, and certainly a lot of work in these kind of games with the second team. Really putting together a season that's a sophomore season that he's going to be able to look back and say, I got a lot better and got a lot of work in during that year.
Two receivers to each side. Wiley to throw it. He'll step up in the pocket, avoid the rush, and able to pick up a couple of yards, get across the 30, out to the 32-yard line. Got a flag back at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it looked maybe perhaps when Wiley was kind of
holding,
flushed
offense.
out of the pocket.
10-yard penalty.
A little
Second down.
habeas grabus.
That'll be freshman Gavin Mills called for the penalty.
There's a 10-yard penalty, 2nd and 17.
So that backs the Wolverines up to 2nd down and 17.
Yeah, just a bit of a messy play that time, resulting in a Wiley scramble and then a penalty.
It'll be two receivers to each side of the formation. Wiley the quarterback. It looks like Rankin is the tailback. Deep drop for Wiley. Has a chance to step into a throw. Has a man wide open behind the defense across the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Wolverines. That is Seth McGroarty, who got behind the defense. And the Middletown, Delaware native who went to Red Lion Christian has himself a big touchdown.
Yeah, Seth McGroarty got behind the defense. And Ethan Wiley with an absolute perfect ball right into the bucket, right on stride. And the Wolverine offense with another big passing play.
And this will bring on Devin Thomas, the sophomore, to attempt the extra point. Snap and hold are good, and Thomas's extra point is up and true, and the Grove City lead is now 56-7 with 13:35 to go, and a great route run by McGroarty and a perfect ball thrown by Wiley.
Just a little inside out, almost like a little hip fake at the line of scrimmage, was able to get the single
Immediate
coverage
timeout.
defensive back on his hip,
Timeout.
and Wiley with a perfect ball.
We will step aside for a quick break and come back on the Wolf.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it. I got the job. I can't believe it.
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
13:56 to play here in the fourth quarter, and Grove City on top of the Tomcats by a score of 56-7.
Yeah.
And getting some of the young guys a chance to play and succeed.
You know who hasn't had a chance yet is Grove City punter Daniel Barabay. He's still not out there even after a couple of possessions by the second team. So, yeah, he's got a funny text from Art Campbell about he's like the Maytag man.
He's been out there 8 times to hole.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that the old Maytag. I'm aging myself a little bit with the old Maytag man. He never gets any work, but that's like the Grove City College punter today. But yeah, you're exactly right. The second and some of the third team guys out there for the offense, and they've been awesome. Gotta love Ethan Wiley. Another long bomb from him. And, he's really putting together a nice junior season in that relief role at quarterback behind Logan Pfeiffer.
Devin Thomas ready to kick the ball away. Line drive kick off the hands of the returner. The ball rolls back and then goes out of bounds. At the 2-yard line. Couldn't get a handle on it and then knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, it hit him right in the hands, and then off, kind of went in between his hands, off of his helmet, and then when he tried to pick it up in the corner, rolled out of bounds. So Teal will set up shop at about the 1-yard line.
Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line, yep.
So 1st and 10, Tomcats at the 1-yard line. Had their first scoring drive of the game on their last possession.
Yeah, that's just kind of one of those things where, just everything that kind of could go wrong went wrong today for Teal, and that's like a microcosm of the entire day. What happened there?
So they will work deep into the end zone as the leaves continue to fall.
Yeah.
And they will hand it off on 1st down.
A blizzard of leaves.
I'd much rather...
Offsides, defense, numerous players. 5-yard penalty. Okay. Replay, 1st down.
It's the numerous players call for the second time in this game.
Would much have the blizzard of leaves than the blizzard of snow.
That's for sure, yeah.
So that 5-yard penalty gives the Tomcats a 1st and 5 from the 6-yard line.
First and 5 to 6, Haley.
Play clock now down under 10 seconds as the Tomcats come to the line of scrimmage.
Penalty giving the Teal offense a little breathing room.
Going to throw, going to take a shot downfield. Has a receiver out there who made the catch. Stayed on his feet across the 40 to the 45 and down near midfield. Did a nice job coming back to the football. Did Jason Stone.
Yeah.
And turned that into a big play.
Yeah, Stone, a 6'4", 180-pound receiver from Chester, PA. Yeah, good.
It came into play, 22 receptions, 245 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. That is a big target.
Yeah, big target. Rennie putting the ball. He didn't put it right on the money. Had he put it on the money, it would have probably been a touchdown. But like you said, he came back for the ball, did Stone. And
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Slot man right comes in motion. Rennie going to hand the football to Logan. And Logan able to put his foot in the ground and turn the corner for a nice gain on 1st down that'll move the chains.
Logan on the run, pushed out by Steinman.
Like we have seen with some of the teams that are struggling this year, you definitely see the pieces for development.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about it, right. And that's where I think I'm almost going to go out on a limb and predict that this Teal team is going to have some success here down the stretch of their season, kind of based on what I see today from them and based on, who they play.
1st and 10 from the Grove City 38-yard line. Rennie flings the pass to his tailback, Dion Logan, who juggles and holds on for about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, what you see with with this team, with the Rennie brothers and Dion Logan and Jason Stone is you got some game breakers here, and
2nd down and 9 as we approach 11 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. Grove City with a 56-7 lead. Trips to the right side. Rennie going to work out of the pistol. Gives the ball to Logan, who dances to the outside, got to the 35-yard line before being pulled down from behind.
Danny Franco, good-looking 5'9", 210-pound freshman linebacker from North Catholic. Making a nice tackle on what looked like it could turn into a big gainer there for Logan.
So it brings up a 3rd down and 7 for the Tomcats. 10 minutes, 35 seconds to play, 4th quarter. Daniel Rennie breaks the huddle, sends 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with Dion Logan there right next to him to his right side. Ready to throw. Time, pressured, rolling out to the right side. And he's going to be pulled down for a sack, and it's the aforementioned freshman linebacker Danny Franco with the sack.
Just great pursuit there by Franco, coming all the way across the field. Yeah, and there you go. Like, there's that, that. So what, how do you know what a guy can give you until they're out there on a Saturday afternoon in a varsity football game? And starting to see certainly some guys stepping up. Danny Franco, a couple of good plays here on this series.
You always hear that term football speed, where you seem a little bit faster on game day.
Right. Closing, it's like 1-2 on, and for the defensive guys, it's the closing speed, right?
So 4th down and 12 for Daniel Rennie and the Tomcats. Single receiver right, trips to the left side. Rennie drops to midfield to throw. Steps up, goes underneath, and that pass is going to be incomplete. And a turnover on downs, and the Wolverines will get the football back.
It looked like Dalton Byerly was in the right vicinity, but just skipped off the turf. Dalton Byerly from Sharpsville. Got a lot of Mercer County names. Guys that
timeout. Media timeout.
Seen on Friday nights over the past several years on these 2 rosters, of course, the Mercer County Cup, right? So
we'll take a timeout as well with the media timeout on the field. It is Grove City 56, Teal 7 on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. Check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Right back here to Robert E. Thorne Field off the turnover on downs. Wolverines get the football back. We got a first final this afternoon. W&J beats Bethany this afternoon 48-7.
Yeah, no kind of post big win hangover for the Presidents as they get it done against Bethany today.
So 1st down and 10 for the Wolverines. And a new quarterback in there to run the offense. He'll hand off to Jones on a 1st down. And Eli Jones with a nice gain on a 1st down. That is Sutton Ellis now in there at the quarterback spot.
Gain of 4 to the 44, 2nd and 6.
Ellis, 5'11", 195-pound sophomore. Brunswick, Georgia.
Yep.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left side, and movement up front. Ellis going to try and take a shot downfield, and receiver not on the same page after the...
Yeah, I think the receiver stopped when the whistle blew.
Offsides, defense, number 91. 5-yard put. Still 2nd down.
So in there at receiver now, Andrew Coffey from a West Branch High School, a 6'5" senior. His alma mater completed a perfect regular season with a win last night.
West Branch? Is that what you said? Okay.
They've lost 2 games in the regular season in the last 3 years.
Wow.
So Ellis leading this offense for the Wolverines. It has single receivers to each side of the formation. He'll take the snap and give the ball to Alec Rafa. And Rafa across midfield, and that'll be a first down for the Wolverines.
Number 27, Rafa on the run.
Rafa, the Ashtabula Lakeside, his alma mater.
First down, Grove City.
I always tell you, I know that one.
Yeah, you know that one, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's the Dragons. I know that one. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. Ellis looking for the play from the sidelines.
You know a lot of them. I got you. I got you there on
There's the few
that western, that
I don't
far,
know
far western Ohio one earlier.
Are on this roster.
That wasn't fair.
Takes the snap. He'll give the ball once again to Rafa, who hesitated in the hole, found a nice gap, and was able to surge forward for a Grove City first down. Nice read of the line to kind of hesitate in the backfield but explode for the big game.
I love that. I love that patience in running backs, right? You just wait for your guys to make the blocks, and then be patient and pick your way up through there. And that's exactly what Rafa did that time.
So 1st and 10, Grove City. Game clock rolls under 7 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, up 56-7. Ellis with Rafa behind him and 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Ellis to throw, pulls it down. He wants to run across the 30 to 25 to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds. Good decision by the young quarterback to tuck it and run and turn into a big gain.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, the pocket collapsed quick, and he was kind of roll out and maybe see if there was somebody down the field. Nobody there. So, he kind of sniffed out the sideline and then was able to pick up 20 yards.
So it's Ellis and Chase Rafa and the backfield for the Wolverines. And now Tomcats going to use a timeout with 6:23 to play here in the fourth quarter. And Grove City with the lead. And we'll step aside for a quick break and come back on the Wolverines Sports Network.
This is Grove City College President Paul McNulty. Grove City College is a highly ranked national liberal arts college where your formation is viewed holistically, embracing mind, heart, and hand.
Timeout.
You'll discover your calling and be equipped to pursue it. You'll also be a part of a community of purpose and principle. Faithfulness to this mission is one of our core values. Learn more about us at gcc.edu.
.623 to play here in the fourth quarter. Grove City up 56-7. And the media timeout on the field gives us a chance to look ahead on the schedule. And we mentioned Waynesburg next week for a 1 o'clock kickoff, and then senior night in 2 weeks back here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, no doubt. It's hard to believe we're talking about end of the year conference standings and senior nights and senior days and things like that. So, but yeah, as certainly the coaches would say, one game at a time. But obviously, this, obviously today you go and do what you need to do, and then go do what you need to do against Waynesburg, and then certainly those last 2 games of the year going to be huge.
It does feel like this year has gone by quickly.
It really does. Yeah, it's last night, I know you call games in Ohio. I call games at Pennsylvania with Ryan, and week 10 of the high school season was last night. End of the regular season doesn't seem possible, but here we are, closing in on the end of the local college season, high school season complete. Yeah.
So off the timeout, 1st and 10 Grove City from the Tomcats 16-yard line. Sutton Ellis, the quarterback. Alec Rafa is the tailback. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side, full back on a wing to the right side. Ellis to throw, fires downfield. That pass caught. Now they'll say no, incomplete. Could not hold on to it.
Pass.
As that pass will fall incomplete to the turf and will bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah. It looked certainly like he had it, but as he was coming down, he was not able to finish the catch. Yeah, Gregory. Joseph Gregory was right there. Just to use NFL vernacular, just couldn't complete the catch, right, as he was coming to the ground.
2nd down and 10. Sutton Ellis, Alec Raffa in the backfield. They will run the ball with Alec Raffa, and he's able to spin inside the 15-yard line. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Wolverine offense.
Alex Mittner able to kind of come over and not let Raffa get going like he has on a couple of these other runs.
Number 1, Cole Beck, a senior from Freedom High School, now in on the slot to the left side for the Wolverines. Ellis works the hard count, now turns back, looks for the Cards on the sidelines. Chase Rankin now in the backfield with him. Ellis just going to run with the football. And he ran into the arms of a couple defenders for the Tomcats, including Chad Morningstar.
Yeah, most notably that guy, Chad Morningstar. Able to clog it up a little bit, though. So
4th down and 8 for the Wolverines. And this will bring on Thomas to attempt the field goal. 0 for 2 on the year for Thomas. Ellis will do the holding. Knee down at the 21-yard line. Snap down, kick on the way by Thomas, and that kick is up and good. So a 31-yard field goal for Thomas. And he connects for his first kick of the year.
He's got to feel good for that. This is like you remember sometimes, too. We watch this game. You and I are interested in the totality of it, right? Grove City came and just absolutely dominated their opponent today. When you think about some of these guys getting in the game, the way they're going to feel for the rest of the weekend heading into practice next week has to do with some of the little things that they do out here. And certainly Devin Thomas going out there and getting to nail that field goal here. He's going to have a good week of practice next week.
It's kind of all one of those things. You may be on the 2nd and 3rd team. Yeah. You get into the game on Saturday. You practice a little harder against the first team the next week, which makes them better.
And that's how confidence gets developed, right? I was in that position as a player certainly a lot in my career where, I'd go in, I'd get a couple of baskets in the 4th quarter of a game. We were up 20 or something. Yeah, and you get better, you get more confidence. That's how you work your way into the rotation, right?
Thomas will kick the ball away. Low line drive kick hits inside the 15, across the 10, 15, trying to get outside of the 20 and tripped up near the 25-yard line. Tomcats will have 4:40 to go here in the 4th quarter with the football.
Yeah, Javier White, one of the local kids I talked about out of Sharon, the return there for Teal.
They've gone to the 2-minute timeout at St. Vincent with Carnegie Mellon up 69-7.
62-0 from the 2nd quarter on in that game. Oof.
We've seen firsthand that is a good football team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, all these teams, right? I mean, every single one of these top 5 teams in the conference, you look at them and there's a wow factor about each of them.
They're going to run the football on 1st down, and no running room for the Tomcats as the ball carrier driven back.
Tarver on the run.
Game clock now rolling under 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Tomcats also substituting some new numbers in there.
2nd and 10 at the 27.
Nice play there by Jason Dominic.
2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left side. Quarterback's going to keep the football and look to run, and he's going to be pulled down in the backfield for a short loss that will bring up now a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Robert Doyle, a freshman in a quarterback for Teal.
3rd and 11 at the 26.
From Crowley, Texas. Sounds like a town that ZZ Top might sing about.
All those little towns are so good.
Yeah,
the high school programs.
Texas high school football is ridiculous, right?
So 3rd down and 11. Two receivers, each side of the formation. Play clock down to 4. Back to throw. Being pressured. Rolling out. Throws downfield. Pass caught. The defender right there to take him to the turf at the 30-yard line will bring up 4th down.
Looks like he's able to pop up. That's good. Yeah.
Pass complete to Morales. Brought down by Herrick.
That's Jace Herrick, the
Morales
sophomore from Greenville.
Yeah, Herrick. When Herrick flung him down, he actually flung him down into another, approaching Grove City player. And you worry there about neck or head. But Morales was able to pop up and jog off to the sideline, so that's good. Nice play by Jace Herrick.
So 4th and 5, and the Tomcats will elect to punt the football away. Bowden Davidson was back to return the punt.
Yeah, some personnel issues there, yeah. Looked like
and you'll have that every once in a while when these are not the units that you practice with traditionally.
Right. Well, and I always say that too. It's like one of those deals where in practice, as far as like for drill purposes, you got the first group, the second group, the third group, the fourth group. And, those groups pretty much stay together, for each of the drills, for like the station work, all of that stuff. But then in games, you got some of the second guys in with some of the third team guys, some of the third in with the fourth. You mix a first team guy in to switch positions. And so at times it can be a little bit chaotic as far as the personnel groupings that are out there.
So again, Davidson will go back to return this punt. And Bowden Davidson has had a big day for the Wolverines.
Yeah, he sure has.
2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown on the first snap from scrimmage of today's game. So Davidson back at the 35-yard line. Good snap. Gets this kick away. Davidson going to let this one roll, and it will roll down to about the 32-yard line. And that the tough sun field trying to field that punt.
Yeah.
Pratt's punt down at the 32. Grove City takes over 1st and 10.
So Grove City will have the ball with 2:15 to play here in the 4th quarter. Of 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left side. We will hand it off to Jones, trying to get to the outside. Broke through the first tackle as a nice run to the outside before going into the bench of the Tomcats.
Yeah. Yeah, Jones, again, good to see him in there running hard as he kind of hobbled off the field a couple of possessions ago. So good to see that.
That's the 2-minute timeout.
So we have reached the 2-minute timeout here in the 4th quarter with Grove City on top of the Tomcats by a score of 59-7. And we will step aside for a quick break and come back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
This is Grove City College President Paul McNulty. Grove City College is a highly ranked national liberal arts college where your formation is viewed holistically, embracing mind, heart, and hand. You'll discover your calling and be equipped to pursue it. You'll also be a part of a community of purpose and principle. Faithfulness to this mission is one of our core values. Learn more about us at gcc.edu.
Off the 2-minute timeout. The Wolverines will have the football and up by a score of 59-7. And this, again, we're seeing a lot of new names and numbers in there for the Wolverines.
Yeah, love it.
Second down and 6. It's looks like Broderick Shire in there at quarterback now, number 16.
Yep.
Takes the snap and he'll hand off to the running back. And able to work his way downfield is Christian Royer, the junior running back from Warwick High School.
Yeah.
Royer on the run, gain of 4 to the 40, fractured on the tackle. 3rd and 2 for Grove City.
So 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Wolverines letting that play clock roll down now under 15 seconds. Logan Pfeiffer right there involved to the last minute, helping signal in the plays.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Yeah, he goes into coach mode pretty quick during these kind of games.
Lost the snap of the football, able to pick it up, but he's going to be dropped in the backfield. He's going to be back at the 34-yard line. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and long for the Wolverines. Excuse me, 4th down and long.
Oh, yeah.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Schreier. Loss of 6. 4th and 8 at the 34.
So with the game clock down under 45 seconds, Wolverines going to take as much of that as they can off the clock. And they'll turn to the line of scrimmage with just 4 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Going to take this snap. He'll give it to his running back, who gets down to the 36-yard line, and we'll have a change of possession here after the turnover on downs with 15 seconds to play in the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Really good clock management here. You know, those are things you don't get to practice as well as you can in a game like this. So, you know, even in a game such as this, Grove City working on the things that, they need to work on.
So the Tomcats will have one final possession with 15 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Tomcats going to put 2 receivers to the right and a 1 to the left side. Single running back in the backfield with the quarterback. Takes this snap. He will hand it off. And the running back got knocked down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, Dominic Biggs in there to make that hit.
Tomcats trying to get to the line, and they will get a play off, and the quarterback is going to be dropped in the backfield on the final snap.
That's the end of the game.
Of football here this afternoon.
Yeah. Brock Belmont was like, all right, we'll keep playing. Love it.
So the Wolverines, for the 7th straight year, will have the Mercer County Cup at the home of the Wolverines by a final score of 59-7. The cup stays with the Wolverines, who now lead the all-time series 28-12. And a lot of players got a chance to see the field here today.
That was great, right? Second half, a lot of second, third, even beyond that, guys on the depth chart getting in there, getting to play, and played really well. Did a lot of good things. Obviously, Ethan Wiley has to be one of the best backup quarterbacks in all of Division III, and he gets another long touchdown pass. So great job by those guys in the second half.
We will take a break. We'll come back, take a final look at the numbers right after this on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Grove City College is a Christian college where you'll be challenged academically and nourished spiritually, where you can determine your calling and understand how to pursue it, and where you'll be a part of a community of purpose and principle. An excellent education is at the heart of the Grove City College experience, coupled with a commitment to faith and a mission to keep higher education affordable. I'm Grove City College President Paul McNulty, inviting you to visit gcc.edu to learn more.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hey, there he is. How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. Or S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. Time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college, which ends up making the future better for all of us. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend. Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Back here one final time from Robert E. Thorne Field on the campus of Grove City College. And Chris, the Wolverines taking care of business this afternoon, doing what they needed to do.
Just absolutely right. Every guy in every unit doing their job today. The offense just, kind of almost a perfect day as far as execution. The defense was incredibly dominant. And then in the second half, you have to love the way the guys, the younger guys, the second and third and fourth team guys went in and managed the clock, managed that second half, and kind of almost a perfect game, to set up these last three games.
And you talked about it, pre-game. We talked about it at halftime, Chris. You said, let the stars be stars, and they were today.
Yeah, the stars were stars today. Obviously, Piper was awesome. Flatty was awesome. Scott Frazier putting up just a stunning day. For all those guys in that.
Brubaker, Bowden Davidson defensively.
Right, yeah. They were, again, all kind of all over the place. And, so you got it. Everybody just kind of, like I always say, just kind of doing their job today. And that's exactly what they did.
And now the Wolverines turn their attention to the next step of the final four games.
Yeah.
Waynesburg next Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Waynesburg Saturday, you go down there. Obviously, Waynesburg, a much better team at home. So the Wolverines, obviously, with a lot of big aspirations, big goals, heading down the road into November here. But they're gonna have to, go about 80 miles to the southwest and take care of business.
And with the win, the Wolverines are now 6-1 on the season. And you talk about it. There's some young players that hadn't experienced the regular season loss, and they bounced back, and everybody played well.
Great answer. Everybody had great energy. Great, again, you wonder how that's going to go, and it went about as well as it could have gone for Coach DiDonato, his staff, and his team today.
Chris, another fantastic afternoon, another big win for the Wolverines, and a lot of people behind the scenes that you don't hear from on a Saturday afternoon, led by Sports Information Director Ryan Briggs, his student staff that does a fantastic job. Always fun to get back together with you.
Yes.
We'll be together in 2 weeks for a monster game for the Wolverines.
Yeah, no doubt. Always great working with you, Mark. And yeah, no doubt Ryan and his staff always doing a great job making the things that we do here easy. And really looking forward to that. That's a big-time game. Two of the best teams in the country will be going at it here the next time that we get together at Robert E. Thornfield.
That is going to do it for us here this afternoon. The Wolverines improved to 6-1 with a 59-7 win over the Teal Tomcats, and the cup will stay with the Grove City College Wolverines. For Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch, my name is Mark Means. You've been listening to the Wolverines Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning into the Wolverine Sports Network. We'll talk to you next time on the home of the Wolverines.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
And they could get beat